Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 2024 Greenline Invitation Singles, brought to you live from Queanbeyan Bowling Club on the two sensational synthetic greens. There's a little bit of breeze. The players are just out there having their roll up now. And we'll introduce... What do you prefer to be called, Nick? And what's your official title, Nick?
Yes, thank you, Tony Scott. Good morning to you. Good morning, viewers. Nick Hind is my name. I'm with you again here on the Bowls ACT live stream alongside Tony Scott. I am the Executive Officer of Bowls ACT.
The Executive Officer. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Sitting next to the Executive Officer.
And have the privilege of sitting next to the great Tony Scott.
I don't know about that.
Who is going to be with us here across the weekend. You've only got me today, so do enjoy it. Take your time. We're going to be seeing here two of the absolute top guns and that we've seen lately in the capital region in Harvey McAllister, who's carrying the mat down the green there, and Flynn O'Shaughnessy.
Flynn O'Shaughnessy. Now, I've heard that name. Obviously, I know who Harvey is because he joined me in the broadcast at our last event, the Champion of Champions. But Flynn, I've done a little bit of research and heard a bit about. Can handle himself pretty well, mate.
Well, Flynn O'Shaughnessy, as many would be aware, has been a long time ACT rep, has come through the junior ranks and has recently seen himself as the Australian Open men's pairs runner-up alongside the great Nathan Rice. So...
I did see that. Like anyone who gets to play with Lurch is going all right. There's no doubt about that. So that was the most recent Australian Open we're talking about.
Correct. Yeah, 2024.
2024, and apart from Flynn, there's obviously a lot of good bowlers around. Jack McShane, who's made a bit of a name for himself in the last 12 to 24 months. He's going all right with his bowls as well, but just looks like the young guys, dare we say it, are starting to dominate the game. Now, if you know anything about lawn bowls, just quickly, is that the average age of the Australian lawn bowl side is younger than the Australian cricket team.
That was certainly a fact a long time, some years ago. I don't know whether that's still true, but we might have to do some research. Our viewers are our best researchers, so do drop a comment in whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And we'll get to that throughout the game. I can reveal to you all viewers that Harvey McAllister is using those beautiful pink size 5 Henselite XGs. He's only recently gone up to these bowls, so they're pretty new to him. And the white and blue Drake's Pride Conquests of Flynn O'Shaughnessy will be familiar to anyone who watched that Australian Open pairs final. So we're just watching. It's the second end of the second of the trial ends. So it's a exciting weekend here. We've got the best in the capital region. 4 sections of 4. They're all playing 3 games today. All the section winners will progress to tomorrow's semi-final and final. And we don't charge them anything, but they've got $1,000 cash first prize for our winners. So it's worth winning. But it's also becoming one of the region's premier bowls events.
That's incredible. That's incredible. That's a fair amount of money for an event of this calibre, mate. So how long has this been going for, did you say, Nick?
This is the 3rd edition. So the first year, this was an initiative of previous president Matt Stiles, who's not here today. He's the ACT junior coach. I think he's doing some junior coaching today.
Yeah, wow.
And so that started at Queanbeyan RSL Bowling Club, to which, Tony, you're quite familiar.
Yep.
Down the road in 2022, our winner was Rob Craven, who's a very well-regarded player around the region. And last year, we went to Canberra Bowling Club, and it was the first time Bowls ACT live streamed. Gary Charker, who's in this field, is the defending champion. As we're just watching through the window here, and you can see on your screen there's a little bit of movement with the advertising banners out there.
I can see
The
them.
wind is getting up.
They've got some weights inside them just to try and to hold them down. And I can see that, yeah, and that's why you might, viewers, if you see some of our... No, it should be okay. You might see some things blowing around. Don't be too concerned because we've got a fair bit of wind going on out here, and we're doing our best trying to keep everything... trying to keep everything still, I dare say, Nick.
Yeah, just keep it under control here. But look, we've seen some beautiful weather in the ACT and across the country recently, but a little bit of wind this week as we're into it. It's the first end of the game. Harvey McAllister has taken the jack and he's looking to get on the board. Now, Harvey was a semi-finalist last year. He did very well getting out of his section and was run down in a great semi-final by eventual runner-up Doug Farr. Harvey was leading 21 shots to 14 before Doug Farr reeled off the last 11 shots of the game.
Wow.
To take the win. You see he started on a nice high line there. These bowls are going to do plenty of turning.
Not a bad start there by... Harvey, so they are, as I said, they are playing on a synthetic surface which runs very, very quick. And these bowlers will probably be taking a fair bit of grass. The thing will be pretty pacey. I'm not too sure where the wind, I think the wind's
behind them.
Probably behind them on this end.
At the moment, Tony. So, yes, there'll be some challenges playing with the wind in this direction and then into the wind in the other direction.
There's certainly some challenges. Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologise because we've got signs blowing around the place and we've just had one blow into one of the cameras. So we're trying to, we've got people out there moving things around for us and trying to keep things still for you. So, and I've got my old mate Boyd in the background fixing up, ironing out some little issues that we've got here. Because we're running around trying to keep everything nailed down. But in the meantime, we've got a game of bowls going on. Flynn O'Shaughnessy. How does he pronounce his last name, Nick?
You've got it spot on first go there.
O'Shaughnessy and Harvey McAllister. And just wondering why, the scoreboard, they're just coming up now. Man in the other end is fixing it for us. So he's doing a good job. And I was just getting to that, but I was more worried about that camera going over the roof. Anyway. Looks like Flynn's holding one.
Yeah, Harvey's going to stick to the forehand here. He can sit Flynn through. He can probably draw around it if he's jack high, finishes jack high there. The way this bowl's coming back and he's trotting after it.
He just got around it, but look, the thing's running a decent pace. Just take these guys. I know they've had their 2-end roll up, but it'll take them a few ends to get settled into this. There's no doubt about that because it is extremely tricky. He's opted to play the inside of the green. Now they are playing on rink 2. One of the reasons being is we moved them onto rink 2 because the pace of the green and how much grass they would have to take. If they were actually on rink 1, they would have had to play in the ditch side. And with our cameras and everything like that there, they might have actually been a bit of a hindrance for them. But in the meantime... Okay, so we'll just check that out. He's come off. He's got one. So can you hear that okay? And our voices are coming through okay now, so that's pretty good. So Harvey McAllister, and how are we spelling McAllister, mate?
So,
M little c?
Yeah, yes, M little c, and then capital ALISTER. He surrendered 2 shots. I have stitched her up here, the very first game, and I've got the 2 most challenging last names.
You certainly have. Like Irish. Spell that one to me, mate.
And then Flynn O'Shaughnessy, I'll park my booklet in front of you there.
Thank you, buddy.
Just make that a little bit easier. As we see, good start from Flynn. So these players are going to be challenged by the conditions today, but both Flynn and Harvey are in the emerging Jackaroos squad.
So it was 2 on the first end to
Flynn.
To Flynn. And the first to 25, ladies and gentlemen, and we should be right now. The sound should be okay. You probably hear the boss that was in the background, and he's away hundreds of kilometres away streaming another event. And but I'm joined by Nick Hind from Bowls ACT. We have got 2 of the best young players in the ACT, and Harvey McAllister and Flynn O'Shaughnessy. They are plying their trade in difficult conditions, and Flynn got 2 on the first end and is holding 1, maybe 2 on this end by the looks of things.
Yeah, early doors though. Harvey just needs to correct only fractionally.
He's just probably pulled that a little bit tight. Now, Harvey McAllister's using the pink bowls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Flynn is using the white ones.
Yeah, so they're white and blue. The blue's not showing up particularly well yet on the screen, but as the sun gets a bit high, they'll become a little bit more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Drake's Conquest for Flynn, and Henselite XGs for Harvey McAllister. Do drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from around Australia or around the world. Gavin Spears, my old mate, welcome to you on the stream up on the northern rivers of New South Wales. I'm looking forward to catching up with you later in the year. We're going to have a run at the Summerland Pairs at Christmas time in Ballina.
Wow, now I've had the pleasure of running that event a few times. The good old Summerland Pairs, and they used to have the Winter Sun Pairs and Singles too, which was pretty good events, but a fantastic place to play bowls and brilliant greens up there.
Yes, it's a very credible club. Harvey's on a good line here.
He's close. He's very close.
Harvey McAllister, well.
That's a great shot, Harvey. He was lost 2 on the first end, and he was in a bit of trouble then, but he's made amends for it, played the inside of the green and drawn a toucher, holding 1 to come from Flynn.
Yeah, interesting choice here from Flynn. Early days, do we see him play positively and try to remove that bowl, because he does have all 3 at the back there? And
we would realise that playing on a synthetic green, bowlers will know there's only 2 weights. It's draw or drive, no half-baked shots. You either go direct at it or you try and draw close. And he's gone a little bit wide with that one, so he has missed. Harvey has the chance to capitalise to make another. This plays the same as his last one. Makes 2, evens the ledger up, make 2 all. First to 25, ladies and gentlemen. They're all playing sectional players. Nick might have mentioned earlier, 4 players in a section. I think the section winners will progress to the semi-finals tomorrow, mate. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. So the winners of section of all the sections will play off. And we'll see. There's going to be some cracking games today, but as this field gets condensed down, there's going to be even more elite players joining us on the stream. So it's going to be 1 to Harvey.
So it'll take the score 2-1. 1 to Harvey. So he gets his campaign underway.
Thank you to our marker, Gordon Elliott, who's the treasurer of this great club. He's our marker today. And we thank him for his services. We do all our volunteers. It's one of the real pleasures of this event and a lot of the singles events around the ACT is how willing the members are to get involved, to come and support, and whether they're in the kitchen making sandwiches or out in the green.
Bit of the old school stuff, mate, isn't it? You can't do without them. You can't do without members. You can't do without volunteers in this sport. And I can actually say I arrived here yesterday afternoon. The club was locked, but it didn't take long to get someone down here to unlock it for me, and it didn't take long to get someone down here early this morning to help me set everything up. So to those volunteers, the president, Mouse, I believe his name's Wayne, but Mouse I met yesterday. It was great to have these guys come along and help me, and they were only too willing to come and support their club. So thank you, gentlemen. Harvey's first bowl, he's probably just gone a little bit long. He's not far away from the ditch. You'll probably see if we can just get him in the picture. And they have got that wind behind them, so obviously it's pushing their bowls around a bit.
Yeah, down breeze this way, and Harvey, I thought, quite an aggressive tactic early. He's taken the mat right up. This is probably only sort of 24 or 25 metres as we see the signage starting to blow around again out there.
So we do apologise, ladies and gentlemen, because it is very, very, very windy, and that's a good bowl by
Harvey's played a great bowl there in the wind.
Great correction.
As we see, Huxley, our man from Greenline, he's gone out there to retrieve the sponsorship. And
is he a bowler himself, Nick?
Huxley, look, we'll have him on a little bit later on in the stream. I might kick you off the cans just for 10 minutes or so, and Huxley can tell us all about it. And I'll just leave you to drive the pictures.
Absolutely, mate. Don't mind listening to his story.
But no, so Huxley Wallace, so the Wallace family are involved in Greenline, who do great work with making roofs and shade structures for bowling greens and for schools and the like. They've been this is their second year as partners of this event, and we'll get to hear about him. I spoke to his brother Anthony last year, who is a renowned barefoot bowler, he tells me.
Okay.
As you see Harvey drawing another one pretty close here, so a bit of pressure on Flynn now.
Good shot, Harvey. As you can see there, and the cameras are wobbling, and Harvey is holding 2. So Flynn, after killing a 2 on the first end, Harvey squared it up. Well, not quite squared up. Got a 1 on the second end and be 2-1. Is currently holding 2. Now, Flynn looks like might just be a little bit pacey, Nick. Is he going to land the back one? Just slipped past. And he's still got 1 to play. But one positive out of it. He might be 2 down, but he's not short. So...
well, they say that at golf, don't they? 100% of short putts don't go in.
That's right. Exactly. Okay, Harvey McAllister playing the forehand, the ditch side. Once again, we thank everyone that's out there. If they're not watching, they're chasing signs around.
Well, he's left a little short there, but...
he's still holding 2.
Still holding 2, and Flynn's still got ample opportunity there. He just needs to correct the weight, take a bit off.
Now, it looks like his grass line's not too bad. He's playing the inside of the green. This one does look a little better. How's his weight? It's a pretty good bowl. He might be second shot. I think he is second shot. So that's a big save. He's cut one out.
Yeah, so we're parked up here. You can see on the left of your screen the volunteers adjusting the agent team sponsorship. And we're in the beautiful clubhouse here, so we're not out in the weather.
We're not.
But we've seen 1 shot signalled by marker Gordon Elliott, and so Harvey McAllister.
Jump out to 2 all. First to 25, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. Harvey McAllister on the mat. Control of the mat, rather. 2 all. Nerves would be gone by now. Both these gentlemen would be well aware. That's a
just wondering if those signs are on the right.
in sectional play, a win in the first game is very, very important.
Yeah, well, we saw last year all the section winners were 3-game winners. There was no one who lost a game and got through. So you really do want to be giving yourself every chance to get out of the section by winning all 3 games.
Now Harvey McAllister on the mat. He's gone short.
Yeah, well, I've got a bit of an inside track with Harvey, as you know, Tony. He works alongside me at Bowls ACT. He does his 1.5 days a week with us, and he revealed to me exclusively that short lengths are his go. He does like testing the other players' finesse and their touch.
Likes testing them out. So we do apologise, that one's a bit far away, but you still get the gist of what's going on. That's because Harvey's playing these short ends. And it's tit for tat at the moment. Probably the last bowl would probably be the shot. And Harvey looks like he's going to draw around that one. Look at that look on his face, the determination, concentration. It's probably the shot. That last one would be the shot. So here's 1. And that last bowl. Oh, just going to drop short. Just going to drop short. The Flynn's. It's Harvey's on the mat. Once again, we do apologise because he's going extremely short in this direction, and we cannot get the we cannot adjust it.
He's run into the front bowl of O'Shaughnessy there, but it's not moved far enough to be in danger.
Yeah, we'll just keep it on. But yeah, that's about right.
If we swing that camera around, we might get a better look, Tony.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
So, seeing Flynn there, he's a bit disappointed in himself as we go across the green. We can see beautiful pictures, all the players out there, some of the very best across the capital region. As O'Shaughnessy goes down to inspect the head.
We can have a better look at that. You can see how windy it is out there, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely windy.
Yeah, I didn't think there was enough room for Harvey's trousers to be blowing around like that, but nevertheless, he's assessed the head. We believe it's 1 shot to Harvey McAllister.
Yeah, I think it might be. It's very, very. I think the back bowl does look like it's shot. So down it comes. He's just about to let it go. Just behind him here, having a look. Couple of swings. There he goes. It's on its way down. He's staying on that same hand. He's only pretty much got to get inside his own bowl. And here's a
good view of it.
Very good view. Now, I reckon that is the shot. It certainly is. I reckon that's 2.
Yeah, Flynn's having a look at the second one here. So there's a white and blue bowl behind being hidden there.
His left foot.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly the one you're looking at. So right there, you can see that white and blue bowl behind the pink, but I do believe that one at the back there looks like it could be second shot. There's a different view from up the green. They are a fair way up the green. Here's Flynn. It looks like he's playing some sort of attacking shot here. Down he comes.
Well, if you
can
set
he get
that
a result?
pink,
oh, he's gone through the hole. Now, you wouldn't even think there was a gap to get through there. That is a fair effort. And he can consider himself a little bit unlucky there, I think, mate. A little bit unlucky. He's gone through that gap with the pink bowl and the jack. Now, they've taken out 1. Harvey's got the mat. We know that much. 2 all. Measuring for the second shot. Now, it must be between that white one at the front and the one at the back, I believe, which is the one they're now going to measure. It's going to be close. So, no. He did indicate it was only one.
Wow.
Okay.
So a big bowl from Harvey there to get in for shot. And he's continuing with this this tactic. He's taken the mat right up the line again.
Yep.
And expect he'll go look to park that jack somewhere down near the tee. As Harvey McAllister leads Flynn O'Shaughnessy 3 shots to 2. Early days here at the Greenline Invitational Singles at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Around the rinks, I can let you know that Cherie Klimas is out to a huge start. She's our women's rookie singles winner. She's leading 9-0 against last year's runner-up Doug Farr. On the rink next door, 4 shots to Sharon Steele, who's very well regarded in this area, over junior champion Toby Pennew. And then the other game on this green is Ruth Moore and Jamie Reynolds. And Ruth is trailing 3 shots to 0. So
And
Jamie in front.
what a cracker that would be. James Reynolds and Ruth Moore. Neither of those bowlers, or either of those bowlers rather, need any introduction into this sport. Very real credentialed.
Well, to have a world champion at this event,
Absolutely.
It's such an honour. And James is, of course, now while he's a member in Sydney now, he's at Cabramatta, is, of course, an ACT legend.
Certainly is.
And still played a bit of penance this year for Canberra Bowling Club. So we were very happy to welcome in as part of this field. And also, as a para representative, we've seen Matt Barry last year, who's been in the emerging Jackaroos para squad. And then this year to have James Reynolds here as a para representative, as well as a world champion and all-round good guy.
That's pretty good to have people of that calibre playing in this event, mate. You should be very, very happy with that. Extremely happy.
So Harvey's figured out his weight going this direction a little bit better than Flynn. I think Flynn's probably struggling with the breeze. He might be struggling with the cold too. He has come down from the Gold Coast. He's been up there where it was 35 degrees forecast for today. So we're only about 20 degrees behind that here in Canberra.
Yeah, actually, I've got to admit, mate, it's a bit warmer than it was last time I was here when I turned up at Queanbeyan Bowling Club, or the RSL.
Yes.
Everything was white, but there was not a cloud in the sky, there was not a breath of wind, and it was a fantastic 2 days. So full credit to that club.
Yes, the invitational singles here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Queanbeyan RSL Bowling Club was, of course, the host of the Champion of Champions singles, and thanks to you, Tony, and to Happy and Community Sport Broadcasting for coming out and supporting Bowls ACT with our live streaming and our event delivery. Welcome to everyone who is watching around Australia, around the world. Do let us know where you're watching from. As we see Gordon Elliott say he's not sure which bowl is shot there. There's 3 or 4 around it.
He's non-committal, mate. He's non-committal, so yeah.
Well, often better to do that than give the wrong answer.
Absolutely. This one looks like it's not too far away. If he just lands inside his back one, he's going to make sure of it. Is this going to slip past, unfortunately? On the positive. Now, Harvey's asking the marker what he thinks. And he's got 3 there. He can get a turn out of either one of those bowls, and they'll probably count. Looks like the jack high one, for the indication of the marker, thinking that may be the shot. Well, it's just short of jack high on the inside of the green, which would be, for the right-hander, their backhand. And Harvey McAllister just on the mat, just a bit unsure where he's going to go with it, what hand he's going to play.
Well, as we see in these challenging weather conditions, and we do see it wherever you play nationally, and when the wind's up, it can be really tricky. And there might have just been a little gust there, and he stepped off the mat.
Yes, and that's what he's confronted with, right in front of you. And it's extremely windy here, ladies and gentlemen, extremely. And he's opted to stay on the forehand, so they're inside of the green. Any turn out of that bowl, it's going to be close to shot. So if we have a bit of a look, he's playing his forehand, taking plenty of grass. There's not an issue with the bowls getting back to the centre line in this sort of breeze, because it is behind them. That Is he going to get enough hook out of it? Well, probably not.
It rolled the wrong way there, Tony. I thought he might have got lucky. Had the bowl fell in, he could have very easily have pinched that, but it did roll out. And
I think you might be right there, mate. I think just rolled out. Yeah, if I have a quick look at that camera, which is bobbling around a bit, but it looks like it's just gone maybe a bowl too quick. And it's actually fallen out, so... now, down comes Flynn on the forehand. Good judgment of weight. He's going to get him a shot. Unfortunately...
Well, he's bumped into Harvey. What a shame. It was probably on a good track there. And Harvey's going to get lucky.
He was probably only just a bowl narrow too, Nick. That's... I think his weight wasn't too bad. So Harvey might, I think, probably just have one. I'm trying to have a quick look at that camera there. It's a bit hard to tell. We go back to the main one. I think it is just the one. The marker's just indicating the one. So one more to Harvey. So it takes him to 4-2. First to 25, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Greenline Invitational Singles for 2024 at the lovely Queanbeyan Bowling Club. Now, just quickly, mate, the surrounds of this place are amazing. You've got tennis over there. You've got cricket over the back. What's that on that side there?
The showground over the road. So we see at Christmas time the big circus and the like comes to entertain the masses.
Wow.
Queanbeyan, of course, was blessed with a lot of grants by former Deputy Premier Barilaro, and whether you agree or disagree with his politics and his policies, the region has certainly benefited from it with some magnificent sporting facilities, including this beautiful club here, the Queanbeyan Bowls Club.
Now, are they going to? Now, what are they doing here? He's just fixing the scoreboard, but once he gets the jack on the centre line, I'm trying to do some camera magic here for you, ladies and gentlemen, because Harvey McAllister, as Nick already said, and he's got off to a fantastic start.
Well, he's got the jack on the centre line. It's a bit deceiving. They're using one of the paler lines out there today. So, nice start there. Harvey's parked up only about a foot short.
Even my eyes from inside the glass and on the camera, I still couldn't see that line. So, anyway, it's 4-2.
Some of us are blessed with better vision than others.
And some of us are blessed with better age than others.
Tony Scott. Yes, no, you're exactly right there.
Thanks, Nick. Line's pretty good there from Flynn. Probably a metre short. So that's what they're confronted with. There's the front bowl, which is the shot.
Terry Morrison commenting, good morning, watching from Tuggeranong. Will be rinkside later on. He's
rinkside, Terry.
He'll be cheering on Chloe, of course, Chloe Morrison, who we'll be seeing in our next game. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Bowls ACT. We're chasing 1 billion subscribers. We're only several hundred million short at the moment. So
you're on the path.
We're on the right track. But yes, our second game today is going to be an all-girls affair. It'll be Chloe Morrison against Talara Edwards. So Talara Edwards is our junior female gun. She'll be playing in the combined team with Western Australia at the upcoming Nationals. She'll be playing singles and triples. And is really looking forward to that, and was also Harvey McAllister's mixed pairs partner this year, where they were semi-finalists. And he said that she carried him, so she must go pretty well. And she's playing Chloe Morrison, who is, of course, an emerging jackaroo. So seeing some of the real best that the ACT's got to offer in these challenging conditions.
Very, very challenging, mate, as you said. And once again, viewers, we do apologise, trying to keep the cameras still. We've got them weighed down. We've got everything, but it's one hell of a breeze that we've got here.
Yeah, sandbags, guy ropes.
We've got it all. But, and good weight there by Flynn, but just a tad wide. Just have a look there. Looks like the pink bowl of Harvey McAllister is the shot. He definitely is the shot, so he's holding one. So he's staying on the forehand. He's only got to beat those two white bowls on the inside of the green to count. Holding one. Doesn't look like his weight might just be a little tad fast, which it is, but extremely trying conditions. We know the best bowls are played behind an inch of glass, but that's very, very difficult to play.
So Flynn's probably got 3 seconds here, Tony. There's a chance he goes and looks to rip out that pink bowl of McAllister, and that's what he's doing. He's lining up quick on the backhand, And I think he's going to... Oh, he's got the edge.
He's got it.
Yeah, well done. So that's going to be a number for Flynn O'Shaughnessy. And I think it's a pretty good tactic on this surface and in these conditions. You know, take the green out of it and just go right for it.
So he did get it. So how many did he get?
3, I think, is the marker's reaching for the pocket there.
Got the marker there. He's got him out now. So
Thank
it was
you, Gordon.
3 to Flynn. So it takes him 5-4. New leader. And then what we might do is try and fix that angle of that camera. So, Nick, I'm going to leave you to it for a couple of minutes. I'm going to go out and try and fix the angle of that camera. You're going to give me the thumbs up, the one up the other end.
Yes.
The one where Harvey is. And just so I can get it straight.
No worries, mate.
So that one is okay. This one here is fine. Zoom in a bit and get a bit of a look at the start. And Flynn, pretty good start from Flynn there.
Yes, so as Tony goes to play with the cameras, it's an important time in this game. We've seen Flynn struggle with that draw weight. It is tricky conditions out there, and no one's going to be suggesting otherwise. It's Harvey McAllister, though. He's the one who's really figured it out. This is his home club, and Harvey was involved in selecting the rink that we're using for the live streaming, and so he's been out here practicing, and it's showing off early. His draw has been absolutely exemplary. Shaughnessy on a good line here, though. Touch on that jack's really ideal. Well, he's just slid past. Sam McGuigan joining us, watching on online. Good morning, Sam. Good morning to everybody out at Yass. Sam, of course, involved with the Yass High School. They came third recently at the CHS knockout, which is a great effort from Yass as Harvey goes and parks a beautiful bowl around the back there. We don't know which one is quite shot, but Gordon Elliott will give us an indication in a moment. But what he has done there, Harvey, is he's really made that trail a bit tricky. As we see, the camera's really getting buffeted now by the wind. So any bowl inside a couple of feet here is a magnificent effort. And they're starting to hone in a little bit in this end. Harvey liking this forehand. Flynn's come and joined him on that forehand too. You may have noticed that he started playing the backhand going in this direction, Flynn O'Shaughnessy. He didn't quite find his weight. You see Harvey, well, he's just slid past. But this is probably about the longest end that has been played since the first end. Harvey really favouring the shorter lengths. Flynn now looking, little touch on the jack, can make 2 here. Just might not have timed it with the gusts of wind. Harvey now having a really good look at what's going on there. And as I look over my right shoulder, we're just in the clubhouse off to the left-hand side of the screen there. I favour Harvey's probably down to the one white and blue bowl at the back of O'Shaughnessy. But there is a chance if he can get through there and get that out, he probably has the next three, Harvey McAllister here. So as we look over his shoulder there, that's what he's got to look at from the mat end of the green. We're going to see what sort of weight he's going to play here. He's kept to the draw weight. And he's pretty close here. Well, he just rocked that front bowl. Flynn's going to have a look and see if he's going to concede or whether he's hung on to it. Flynn's still claiming one. And Harvey has surrendered. So one shot it is to Flynn O'Shaughnessy. He leads now 6 shots to 4. Yeah, Tony Scott's going to go and have another run at that camera. He's gone perhaps too far the other way, Tony. So we're through now. 7 ends here in the first round of the Greenline Invitational Singles at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. McAllister trails Flynn O'Shaughnessy 6 shots to 4 early doors. I'll try to keep you updated with all the other games that are going on in this rink. There's some very well-renowned players going on. As we see, Harvey has blocked one pretty close. Flynn, you might say the win got his first one. Next door, it's now 6 shots all between Sharon Steele and Toby Pennew. So the junior star Toby has caught up. Cherie Klimas continues on her merry way against Doug Farr, last year's runner-up. 11 shots to 2. She's the women's rookie singles champion, which is what got her invite today. And James Reynolds, the world champion, showing his class 10-0 against Ruth Moore on rink 5 there. But I'll try to bring you, when I know the results from the other green, we might have a good go for go and have a look at the other green. But Flynn has again missed. He's set the length here and he'll be disappointed. Those are 2. Two pretty ordinary misses there for a player of his calibre. He'll be wanting to correct now. Oh, he doesn't like that one either. He's short though. And these opportunities don't come around often when there's players of this capability. So Harvey's going to really want to press his advantage here. He's chasing this one. Little touch tucks it around the corner. That's a great bowl from Harvey. Now, the only risk is that he has set up a bit of a target for Flynn, who's already 3 down. Does Flynn look to kill the end here and save himself a bit of damage? He's going for it with weight. Flynn O'Shaughnessy. He's got the jack.
What a great shot.
Well, he's a bit unlucky. The jack's gone in the ditch.
And his bowl's got out of bounds, so he could drop a 3 here.
He's still 3 down, and Harvey's got, 7 or 8 metres to draw.
To draw another shot.
For 4, so really a bit unlucky there from Flynn. It was a great bowl, and I liked the idea. I thought a kill was his best result there.
It certainly was.
Running the jack straight into the pit would have been a great result too, but his bowl has unfortunately just gone. He's only about 2 bowls out on the rink peg, and all Harvey's got to do
just beat the front 3.
Is beat those 3 bowls at the front and don't go in the ditch. Don't
go in the ditch. So we know that the jack is in the ditch. Those are the 3 bowls that he's got to beat. It looks like he will.
No,
he's passed
sailing past 4 shots. Well, early on the way that head was setting up, I did say that Flynn O'Shaughnessy was a chance of dropping a big number there, and despite a really, really great bowl with his 4th, he probably was a bit short on luck there. But this is what happens, Tony, when you've had, when you don't put enough pressure on early, players can, of this calibre, players like Harvey McAllister will take advantage of it.
They will. That there is no doubt, mate. So Harvey McAllister has the mat. So he did pick up, what was it? It was a 4.
It was 4, yes.
So it's going to take him to an 8-6 lead. Jumps back out, gets the ascendancy.
So really privileged to bring you some high-quality bowls here in challenging conditions. We know that synthetic surfaces like such as this do run quicker when it's cool. The breeze is cooling it off. It is a cool day outside. I think O'Shaughnessy's very brave in the shorts.
Very much so. Now, there's a few of them out there in the shorts, I did notice. Now, look, in all honesty, Nick, I've been outside a couple of times trying to adjust cameras and stuff. It's not that cold, but it's not warm, but it is extremely breezy. Extremely. We'll just get a better view of this here for you.
Wow.
And that's not a bad start from Nick McAllister in the conditions. Harvey McAllister, rather. Not
no,
Nick
yes,
McAllister.
no, Harvey's... I think he'd be very upset if him and I were compared to one another.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick McAllister, I think, is a footballer. And not a bad reply from Flynn.
Yeah, well, he needed that after a tough last end, a tough result. I think to go and back his draw and go park one only 1.5 foot short. Really important for Flynn to put a good end together here.
So he's down, Harvey. Now, I did notice he has played a fair bit of his bowls on the inside of the green. So, as you can see, there we are. That's what they're looking at. Well,
yeah, I wonder if the club building that we're in,
bit of stuff blowing around now,
which is to the left of screen, is maybe providing just a tiny bit of shelter for the bowls playing this hand.
I think you could be right. I think you could be right. It's obviously helping them a bit.
Well, Flynn's just gone and parked that one around the back. Good home, has one.
So there's Harvey on the mat.
So, I mean, you say it's not cold, but you can see all the fans in the background.
They're all rugged up.
They're all rugged up here today.
They are. They're all rugged up. That's the wife and the granddaughter, mate. They come for a visit.
I figured as much. Harv's gone and just chipped up that bowl there. So he's got shot. Gordon Elliott's having a really good look there, but looks very much to me. Well, Harvey's very relaxed. He's sitting on the back. Gordon's saying it's a measure, but on our camera picture, that looks almost certainly like it's Harvey's.
Yeah, it does. It looks like the bowl, if you're looking viewers, the bowl at about 10 o'clock. Well, looks like it is the shot.
Well, Flynn's turned the bowl over here. He's looking to promote his bowl at 12 o'clock, or he can get off this one at 10.
He's going to get in the inside of it. Whooshka. and has done. Well done, Flynn. In trying conditions, that is a very, very good bowl.
Well, we've seen some weight from O'Shaughnessy. We haven't seen anything yet from Harvey McAllister, and there's a chance to get a split there, I favour Tony Scott, and both those blue and white bowls can get ripped out. The risk is that Flynn does have the deepest bowl, which is just off the picture there at the back of the rink, but Harvey McAllister here. Let's see what shot he plays.
Let's have a bit of a look. There's Harvey.
Very deliberate delivery.
Staying on that same side of the green.
He's a little bit more positive here. Just maybe looking to get through that hole.
Now, if he can play the same shot, he's going to get the old 1-2 rub.
Oh, it's just fallen out.
He's maybe 2 down. I think he is 2 down.
Well, Flynn doing the right thing here. He's going to go and have a look.
Have a look. Good idea. We'll take an opportunity to, while they're having a look, to run some of the agent team advertisements across your stream. Selling in Canberra or Queanbeyan. Call Steve or Mac. Mac is one of the bowlers. Agent team. Visit their website, agentteam.com.au. Remembering this tournament is brought to you by Greenline, the 2024 Invitation Singles. Now, back to the game. Flynn O'Shaughnessy holding 1, maybe 2, playing the inside of the green. Is down 8-6, got out to an early lead. Harvey's just picked up a 4 on the last end. Flynn looks like he's sailing pretty wide here.
Well, it's a good safe line out there. I don't, he won't be too upset with that.
I don't think he would be either, mate.
Didn't want to risk turning any of Harvey's bowls in to the count.
So the marker has indicated. They're going to have a look. They are going to measure, doing the old finger trick.
Flynn's only claiming 1, and Harvey, I'm sure, will concede.
He's not going to be argued.
Happily enough.
It is only 1, so it's 1-8-7 here on the Greenline Invitation Singles scoreboard at Queanbeyan. Is it bowling or bowls?
No, Bowls Club. Queanbeyan Bowls Club. If you say Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Bowling Club, you might get yourself in trouble.
We'll get ourselves in trouble, eh?
Well, we've seen a good tight tussle here. There's no free ends here. And Flynn O'Shaughnessy has stretched things out a little bit.
He has. And he's played the ditch side of the green. Now I'm just going to go and fiddle with that camera again, that wind has blown around again. Nick, so it's in your capable hands again, my friend.
Very good. Well, while you're doing that, we might get Huxley in to come and join us for a little bit. Huxley Wallace from Greenline.
His first name's Huxley. Is that right? That is a cool name, man. A cool name, Huxley. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Greenline, we will put Huxley on with Nick Hine to have a little bit of a chat with you about all things bowls and all things Greenline here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Just when you're ready to go, push the button. I'll just go and spin camera 3 so you don't see the bucket. It's just that when the weight's swaying, it's moving around.
So Tony Scott's going to go and play with the cameras again. And it's my pleasure to welcome for the first time today our lovely friend from Greenline, Huxley Wallace. Huxley, good morning to you.
Good morning, Nick, and thanks very much for the opportunity.
Well, no, thank you for coming out here. You tell me you've had a trip out from beautiful Wagga this morning, 3 hours in the car.
Yeah,
how was that?
A little bit of, what do you call it, guided meditation on the way over to Canberra, and now we're here in lovely Queanbeyan. It's got, as you say, the breeze has been pretty challenging for the players out there, but looks like we've got a really tight game here. The McAllister and O'Shaughnessy have been trading blows pretty consistently. So
yes, going toe to toe here as we'd expect from two excellent players. They are struggling with the breeze, particularly in this direction. But how would you go out there, Hux? Have you been rolling up regularly?
No, just a social bowler only. Wagga has a few greens, but I've only ever plied my trade with a beer in hand. So that's all I can That's all I could offer to the conversation.
Well, there might be if you have with a beer in hand, perhaps from the second game onwards, there might be a bit early for a few. Yeah, just gone 10 o'clock here in Canberra. But no, look, bowls is a great sport for doing exactly that, and a great chance to go and get out and meet some great people. As we see Harvey McAllister just slide past, so Flynn holding shot. And yes, but whatever you do, whenever you play in the sport, there's a great opportunity there, and great opportunities with Greenline for all sorts of things around your club. Now, most notably, if your club is looking at installing a covered roof over a green, that's a service that Greenline can provide. But also, there's lots of other shade structures that are available.
Yeah, a lot of clubs are looking at ways to offer more facilities that serve more than one purpose, I should say. So whether it be dining structures or outdoor eating areas or sitting areas, spectator shelters, there's lots of ways that you can serve the members of the club. Looks like McAllister's gone curving it in there.
Well, you've called it beautifully there, Huxley Wallace. He's just got a little bit unlucky there, though, I think, Harvey. He picked up the jack, and at first slip there was O'Shaughnessy, who's caught.
He's caught the jack against his bowl. Well, look at that. I apologise in advance if I use any non-bowls.
Oh,
terms.
that's okay. No, one of my great pleasures when I'm playing bowls, and many of you who would have played with and against me might be aware of this and have heard me on the commentary, is that we can use cricketing terms. There's two slips in a gully and the like. But no, great to be here today. As we see, O'Shaughnessy, he's taken the mat all the way to the back of the rink there. And Mark Gordon-Elliott doing the right thing there, keeping out of our shot. So it's 8 shots all. As we see Flynn, he's been a little bit uncertain with what hand to play here. So he's trying out the open hand again away from the clubhouse, and we'll see how that goes. Now, Huxley, how can people get in touch with Greenline if they're going to be looking at doing a project at their club? Can they go onto your website? Can they email you? Can they come and bail you up here today?
Yeah, well, if you're going to be out at Queanbeyan, absolutely come and bowl me up. I'm the one overdressed guy here today because I wasn't sure what the dress code was going to be. But yeah, if you want to get hold of Greenline, you're not here today, then by all means jump on the web, jump on greenline.com.au. There's a contact us form, there's a phone number, there's email addresses. There's a really handy estimator tool, so if you just want to get a high-level idea of what something like this is worth early on, you can jump in there, input your details, where you're at, size of the area, that sort of thing, and you'll get a price to get you started.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity, and we're seeing more and more clubs around the country are going to covered greens. We know that it gives us more opportunities for play in all weather conditions. And we've seen some weather conditions already this morning here. How's it been out at Wagga? Have you had the same wind and weather as we've been getting here in Canberra? It's starting to warm up?
Yeah, well, I thought spring had come a couple of weeks early, but this morning changed my mind as I got into the car at 6 a.m. So yeah, it was pretty chilly this morning.
Still scraping ice off the windscreen, were you, or not quite?
No, the frosts have passed, thankfully, but a bit of the same wind and chilly weather that you got here.
And we see, that's another advantage as we see Harvey with another lovely bowl there. He already had one there, and he's got 2 there now. And I favour it'll be 2 shots to Harvey McAllister. Yeah, clubs all across the country are going with the covered roofs, and then, as you suggest, covered spectator seating areas, outdoor dining areas. And it's a great opportunity for clubs to become all weather, but also utilise, and for bowling clubs in particular, to utilise some of the great outdoor areas that they have.
Yeah. No, what we're seeing is makes a big difference for the clubs because they don't have a season now. once they get a roof, even if they only cover
Bowls
one
is now
green.
12 months of the year, isn't it?
Yes, with synthetic synthetic carpet technologies and the roof, we now have a 12-month season. So
We saw Harvey, he was really excited about that one. He was talking to it. He wanted to get around and clear that front bowl of O'Shaughnessy. And I favour,
I think he might have it.
we've got a great view here from, we're sort of 90 degrees to the head, to the camera angle. And we favour it's 3. And Gordon Elliott has just agreed
He's
with us.
indicated it. Yep. Well, O'Shaughnessy's got a tough one to. He might be able to curve it in and knock out one of the rear ones, maybe.
Well, that's going to be the aim. He's going to look to turn his own bowl up at the front or sit with those of Harvey McAllister at the back. He's just going to hang out a little bit wide.
Oh, there's too much on it.
So another chance for Harvey to pick up a 4 here.
And it's pulled up just shy of the ditch.
Yeah, well, 4-bowl singles. It's a tough contest in this weather.
How would you play it now, Nick? With you've got 3 up. And,
Well, if you're Harvey, you stay away from that front blue and white bowl. Throw it out there, and you've still got 1.5 metres to draw it. You just stepped off the mat there. I favour the wins.
Yeah, well, if you look at the flag in the background from where we are, you can't see it on camera, but it's fairly flat out in the wind there.
Well, what you can see on camera is it's jumping around a little bit. Tony Scott's been hard at work making sure that the cameras are doing the right thing. Welcome to everybody wherever you're watching. Harvey McAllister is drawing for his second 4 of the game here. He picked up a 4 just a couple of ends ago. And I think he might have left this one a little bit short. It wasn't short in the end. It just slid away, and he's kicking himself there because he knew that was a chance to really put the pressure on and pile that pressure back on. But I favour it's only going to be 3 shots. And that will be, we'll just wait for the marker's confirmation,
Yes,
but yes,
he's
3
confirmed.
shots to Harvey McAllister. He now leads 11 shots to 8.
Yeah, if it's all right. And what I'll do is just get you.
Pop these in.
Yep. So just have to get close to the microphone. Just keep talking like
So Tony's going to come and join us as well. He's getting the 3rd microphone out. As
Looks like McAllister's established a pretty solid lead here, although it could turn pretty quickly, knowing Shaughnessy's ability to pile on the.
yeah, well, Flynn, very capable player, as we know. He's Australian Open pairs runner-up in the men's pairs. Thank you for sticking with us wherever you're watching around the country, around the world. As we're here at the very windy, as you can tell, Queanbeyan Bowls Club, as we're watching Harvey McAllister against Logan O'Shaughnessy. Nick Hind here with you from Bowls ACT. Huxley Wallace, our friend from Greenline, and joining us again in just a moment, Tony Scott, who's driving the production today and doing a magnificent job with the technical gremlins that we've had, as well as the wind. It's never easy.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Tony.
Thanks, mate. It's got a different type of microphone here. We'll just get the
He's got
cameras adjusted.
Got the podcast mic up here, Tony. So
Is that what it's called? A podcast mic?
yeah, you look like you're in the studio now.
Yeah, so we'll just get these things. And we do apologise, guys, because I can tell you it's extremely windy up there. Extremely. As you can see, we have to keep going out and adjusting cameras and
Shaughnessy's just just touched the jack there, but he seems to have knocked it closer to McAllister's bowl.
Oh, you're right.
McAllister's just confirming the distance up the far end there.
Yeah, so just adjusting the camera now. Thank you, mate. Happy bowler in control of everything at the other end. I was just trying to find that adjustment, so thank you. I've had to go and fix that camera for a couple of times. That weight is just left, right. It's like a pendulum motion clock. But anyway.
Well, without it, the camera might blow away, though.
There's no doubt about it. The agent team signs have gone across the green a few times. I've seen Huxley had to go and rescue one a minute ago.
Yeah, I was out there with Mouse sticking a few pavers in them to stop them blowing around. So
yeah, it's extremely windy.
Well, wherever you're watching, I trust it's better than here. Elise MacArthur watching in windy Jindabyne, and I can understand that. As you see, Flynn, he's thrown one right out there, and that has not turned. So, and Gordon's going to just confirm that bowl being out of bounds, we think. And yes, it's been picked up by our marker, Gordon Elliott.
There we go. So we just maybe, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, can adjust camera 4.
Yeah, look at that.
So it's not going to be the best, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then the jack is off the centre line here, guys, I'm assuming.
Yes, no, it's been knocked across there.
it was knocked across earlier.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the Huxley's been paying attention. He's going very well here. You might find a career for you in commentary as well as in...
He has. He's doing a great job. Now, the follow-through from Harvey.
As well as in commercial roofing. Now, once again, it's a close go for shot here.
He's indicated, I think he's indicated 1 to...
1 to Flynn.
One to Flynn.
It is.
Yeah. So he'll throw this wide on the backhand and just look to let it come home. But one shot here is a good pick-up for Flynn O'Shaughnessy. And if you can make it 2, the pressure will be...
Is he going to get back?
Line, he's good, but has he...
Great effort. Great effort. That was a fantastic effort. Now, it is 1. I think that's all it is. So it's 1 to Flynn. So it gets it back to...
9 shots O'Shaughnessy, 11 shots McAllister.
Gordon confirms the 1.
First to 25.
And as people are saying, in the conditions, it's a fair game of bowls.
Well, you're exactly right. We've seen that it's been very challenging out there, and anyone who's ever played in this sort of wind will know themselves that they need to do very well if they're going to go plonking it on anywhere near as well as these players are.
Exactly. So Flynn O'Shaughnessy gets us underway. Still eyeing out all the little bugs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, where you're watching for all around the world. We've got horrific wind. It's got trees at right angles. We've got sponsorship shines blowing all over the green. We've got cameras that are weighed down and they're still moving around the place.
Dogs have been blown off chains.
Yeah, dogs got blown out of Acor last night, and I wasn't happy about that, but it's another story.
Yeah.
We're due for a loss. Love my Bulldogs.
It's to make you resilient before the finals really kick in, I reckon.
I think you're right, mate. Thanks, Huxley. I appreciate that confidence. You're a Bulldog supporter.
No, I'm not. I work with one.
You do?
I'm a bit afraid to show my colours today because I'm a Chooks fan and they're playing the Raiders this afternoon tomorrow. So.
The Channel 9 Roosters, eh? Anyway, back to the bowls. Flynn's holding 1 at 11-9. He's got the lead. Was down early, but did get a 4.
That's really swung the game for him, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. He's got some ascendancy now and a bit of confidence, and it's a very high quality game of bowls in these trying conditions, and a good bowl there by Flynn. That is definitely the shot.
He would have a 2.
Yep, no doubt about it.
As we were saying earlier, if we just look out the window here, we get a great shot.
Yeah, well, the club's an absolute picture, and we're seeing some really good bowls being played on this rink in these tough conditions. I'm just looking around the other games, so that we might have some players coming in shortly. I can see Jamie Reynolds is showing his class, the class of a world champion. He's leading Ruth Moore by a big margin. Cherie Klimas, who got out to a very fast start against Doug Farr, is still leading 16 shots to 9. So that could be a big early scalp there. And then on the next door rink, Toby Pennew has hit the lead against Sharon Steele, which again, another big scalp.
And on our feature game here, rink two of the up-and-coming stars of bowls ACT, Flynn O'Shaughnessy and Harvey McAllister. Now, Harvey's holding the lead 11-9, but finds himself 2 down at the moment and possibly could be 3 down after this. Good bowl, Flynn. Close. Definitely 2. Could
Definitely
be
2. They might have to measure for the third.
I think you're right. Huxley's pretty well on the mark. Thinks that might have to measure for that third shot, but it's definitely 2 to Flynn. And you are right too, Nick. The club it's a picture. The surrounds that going in from winter into spring. The look of the place. Can't see the wind, but it's dynamite, I assure you.
McAllister might have missed the mark there with swinging it out wide.
So he has another one to play, which is Flynn, holding 2 in a measure. See what he gets up to. Probably stay on the same hand. He's only going to beat the wide pink bowl of Harvey's, which is not far off Jack-Eye. Okay, so here we go. Well, Flynn looks like he could have just pulled that head off a little bit. He might still get lucky if he gets inside that pink one. How's his weight?
He might have just...
Ooh. And then he might have turned that one in for third shot, Huxley, I think.
Hasn't given it away there, Flynn, but
He
yes.
might have given away his 2 points.
His second shot.
Second shot.
Yep.
It's
Which...
Well, in a close contest like this, and we've seen Flynn has given away a couple of shots already, Hux, and those things, they do get to you as a player. You know, when you make a blunder, particularly in a game where it's so closely fought between 2 players, you know, these up-and-coming players of really high skill. No matter what sport you play, though, you don't want to be helping out your opponent, do you?
No, it's the little mistakes that, and you know, sometimes with the wind, it might not actually be in your control, but it can really get under your skin, as you say. And I know what it is from even social bowls. You know, you make a real blunder, and before you know it, you've actually helped them win by a bigger margin than you intended. So McAllister's been very deliberate with this one. He's gone wide.
He's on a good track here. Just going to run past off favour. Well, that was a great effort from Harvey.
She's come in. That's it. So we're just waiting for...
Well, 2 shots was what was declared. The marker's going to pull the paddles out, and it is going to be 2 shots.
2.
And it's now 11 all. So we've seen a really good tussle. We've had 2 all, and then Harvey got out to a 4 shots to 2 lead. Flynn counted and was leading 6 shots to 4. Harvey picked up a 4 to lead 8 shots to 6. We've had it back to 8 all, and now 11 all. So this is still anyone's game here. We're perhaps a little bit over an hour into it, so they're playing at a good pace here. No issues with time. Second game's scheduled to kick off at around about 11:30. These are all approximate, of course. And
so you're going to have to tell me what the term for this one is, Nick. So when they've put it on the far side of the jack, they've gone deep or long, or what do you call it?
Yes, no. So he's gone past, but Any term is acceptable. I mean, we're on a live stream here. There's going to be viewers around Australia, around the world, some of whom have never seen bowls before. So long as it's clear and you can understand what we're talking about at home, we welcome you to watching our stream. We welcome you, if you're in the area, of course, to get along to Queanbeyan Bowls Club here. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a lovely inside the club. They've got cups of tea and coffee as far as the eye can see. There's going to be rolls and sandwiches and all sorts of stuff for lunch.
McAllister seems to have pulled it up a bit short there, and it looks like O'Shaughnessy's followed suit with a very short bowl.
Yeah, well, so easy to overcorrect. What we see so often in windy conditions particularly is that if one player goes and fires one past, you think, oh, geez, I need to slow it down a little bit.
Pull it back, and it looks like McAllister's corrected here, and he's getting very close there.
Well, just
runs
on, but
you might have
this direction seems to have been more challenging for the players. They're into the wind here, and what you find with bowls and bowls of this calibre is that the wind really starts to impact the bowl once it starts to turn. When it's going directly into it, they go okay, but once the bowl starts to turn, the wind can really impact what's going on. As we see a little touch there from Flynn, and he's flopped in for shot.
definitely got himself one there.
And Tony's got much happier with this camera. This is the camera that's been giving us grief all day.
The wind keeps blowing around. It's crazy.
Tony's been in and out, making sure it's all good. So good work, Tony.
Yes, you'll have earned your lunch today.
Thanks to Nick and Huxley.
There's Harvey
running the joint.
Well, he might do enough if that falls over.
We do apologise, viewers have to keep running out and adjusting the camera because the wind gets hold of it. It's right in the path of the wind, and when the weight swings from left to right like a pendulum motion clock, it moves the camera around. So.
I just couldn't see what Gordon was indicating there up to Flynn, but it's very close between those two.
Yeah, I just looking over my shoulder there. I think Gordon was favouring that's one shot to Harvey, but
yeah, I think he did say that.
Only close. So Shaughnessy's a bit more positive here.
Tell you what, he looks like he might get a piece of this jack.
Oh, he just missed it.
Now we can see what he was looking for. He was looking to sit that bowl. If he had got a piece of the jack and dragged it too, he would still have scored because he did have the back bowl. We do have one bowl to come from Harvey though, and they indicated he thinks Harvey is the shot. He was very non-committal once again, which I would have been in these conditions.
Well, he's a chance here, Harvey, though, to play something similar. You know, if he can get down, there's one white and blue bowl of Flynn O'Shaughnessy in the middle there of the little traffic light. If Harvey can pop that through and sit and stay, he could make it through here himself. But he's setting up on the other hand, so I think he's just going to back his draw. We have seen that forehand has been quite tricky going that direction. Once they go out wide, they don't tend to turn as the breeze takes effect.
He's gone wide, but the breeze isn't doing what it has been doing earlier in the...
Well, this hand, you watch it gets home really late, though.
That's incredible. Look at the turn on that.
Look at that.
Amazing. So how many have you indicated?
I think we've got a 2.
Definitely 2.
2.
So the deadlock is broken once again. Harvey McAllister picking up a 2, jumps out to a 13-11 lead.
Remembering that he's first to 25, so we've got a ways to go before we've established a winner. There's definitely runway for O'Shaughnessy to come back.
Agreed. Mate, Nick, I've got to say, Huxley, I think he's missed his calling.
Well, look, he might be here all day now. He's going so well. I might take off. I was going to ask you, Huxley, though, while we've got you on the call, tell us about some of the big projects that you've been working on. Greenline in recent years with bowling greens, doing undercover facilities and the like.
Yeah, so since last year we've started on site at Halakalani Bowling Club up on the Central Coast. They're doing a great project where they're converting one of their grass greens that was the sort of behind the club and a bit out of favour.
Good shot.
They're converting that to synthetic with a full cover. It's going to be a pretty incredible space. It's going to have a big screen in there so they can use it for live streaming bowls with a bar off the side that's dedicated to the bowlers. So going to be a pretty incredible development when it's done. So we're just starting on site there next week, actually. And early in the new year, everything should be all wrapped up. It's a pretty big development with a new green and a new roof. So
We, speaking of Halakalani, one of my very good friends who's an ex-England international just flew out from England to take on the job as the bowls coordinator at Halakalani. And unfortunately, when he got here, he changed his mind. He got a little bit homesick.
Oh, no.
there you go.
He's a great man, Martin, and Martin Page, a great man, but just got a little bit homesick, and him and his partner and decided it was probably not the right thing to do at the present time. And they were very good and very professional the way they dealt with the Halakalani Bowling Club, which is a very prestigious bowling club.
It is. I was chatting to one of the agent team members this morning. He's out there bowling, I believe, at the moment.
Yeah, Mac McLean.
Mac, yeah.
Mac, yes.
He was saying that as a junior he would go up to Halakalani.
They had a massive
year,
big invitation singles
Yeah.
tournament. It was huge. And, just going back to Martin, he was their bowls coordinator. But, you can appreciate it's a big move from the other side of the world, and probably erred on the side of caution. And, but homesickness was the only reason, and there was no other reason. It was a massive move, but a very good club. A lot of big names have come from that place. The Aaron Sheriffs, the Darren Morrisons, the Phil Flippenses, Tony Laguzas.
Well, Darren Morrison, of course, recently the New South Wales pair champion with Hemi Palmer.
Yes.
Who was a Queanbeyan RSL member for a long, long time, an ACT representative. As we see Harvey McAllister here.
Good bowls, Harvey.
He's a great bowl.
And Darren Morrison just got selected in the UBC for the first time too, picked up in the draft, so well done to
Dazzler.
Dazza.
I must say that just out the window in front of us here, the wind hasn't died down at all, but everyone's sitting tight in front of the club, so they're not getting blown away, and they're staying very warm in the sun because it's actually quite a clear day, isn't it?
Well, Flynn, if he's got the run here, he'll be very close. Just dropped it a fraction short.
Mine was
Sure,
good.
he's got one more. Would you play to knock one out? Or?
Me personally, so it depends what Harvey does. So if I was him, I'd be playing my forehand, trying to tuck the jack round the corner. Even if he slices it, he can bring his back bowl into play, still hides the jack away from Flynn. But if he does do that, well, the only option Flynn's got, well, he's got two options: draw to save, or to go quick at those two pink bowls, providing where the jack goes.
Yeah, we'll see what Harvey does here. I like your call, Tony Scott, that I think he can just touch the jack around the corner here. I'm sure that'll be his plan.
He seems to have gone wide to try and bring it back in.
He's probably. I'll tell you what, he's not a mile away.
He's not off. He's not too far off.
Good shot here. He's got it.
Yeah, he's
That's a
done it.
brilliant bowl.
That might put him up for. It's got him for 3 at least, I'd
Yeah,
say.
I think that's a measure for the fourth. And what it's done is it's put Flynn under enormous pressure. Now he's going to have to play. I don't think there's an attacking shot on now. He's going to have to play the inside of the green, his backhand, to draw the shot, shit the shot bowl out. Or if he passes the front two pink ones, he's at least going to get second. So
You can see Flynn taking a lot of notice of everything there. He's studying the layout to see what he's got to do.
And that's what I believe is the only option that he has. There's no other shot to play. It's got to be the backhand. It's got to be the draw to the shot bowl. If you cut that, and it's definitely 3, the measure for the fourth one. But if he sits that shot bowl, which is jack eye, or even gets a piece of the jack himself, he can make 1. But it's got to be precise weight. It's got to be delicate weight, draw weight, nothing aggressive.
You've called it. He's gone. Does he have enough on it though?
Yeah, look, I think his weight's okay. It's just his line, and he needs a smudge. Oh, and he didn't
He's
get it.
missed it.
That's what you call the rub of the green, Huxley, and he
actually-
didn't get it.
You can actually see, you could see his fist there. He was a bit frustrated that one just missed. And fair enough too, he was close.
Yeah, it was. Look, he was, you can see, a bit unlucky then. And there's been a couple of occasions in the game where he actually has been unlucky with those types of conversion shots, where he's missed by a millimetre or he's gone through a gap that didn't exist.
Yeah, well, he had earlier in the game that first 4 that he dropped where he was very unlucky, got the jack, but the jack didn't go out of bounds, but his bowl did. We've seen again there, it was quick enough to get down and land the shot bowl as you suggested, Tony Scott, but wasn't quite able to get the right result there. Any touch on those bowls of Harvey's, any touch on any of his own bowls, he could have got little straighteners and got in there. But we're now here, and we're seeing Harvey's jumped out to the biggest lead of the game now. 16 shots to Harvey McAllister.
And he's off to a pretty good start too.
And 11 shots, Flynn O'Shaughnessy. I think
he's
you've given somebody the wrong score there.
So it should be 15 to Harvey.
16 to Harvey.
16, sorry.
And 11 Flynn O'Shaughnessy, with Harvey putting a toucher on.
We better get that
bowl.
right. We better get that right. How's that? That's better.
Very good.
McAllister may have something to say to you if you just go giving his points away.
Well, fortunately, he's playing, but he might watch this back to make sure that he didn't make a blunder, or that we didn't make any blunders commenting on it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise because I'm gradually watching camera 4 tilt itself again because of the breeze. It's right in the path of that breeze coming from that car park area of the bowling club. But I'll try and get a better angle, and I'll try and go and adjust it again.
Yeah, getting a little bit tighter there, Tony, if you can. We'll
I think Harvey might be playing the home ground advantage here today. He seems to really know the green.
Yeah, well, what we've seen with this green, because this surface is only fairly new, and I know that Mac McLean, who you spoke with earlier, he was a member at this club when the green was first installed, and he'd come out and he'd roll up on every rink in every direction, so he knows what the green's going to do, as we see.
Great reply.
Flynn O'Shaughnessy.
Good shot for O'Shaughnessy. There's a gentleman here, speaking of members of this club, that sent me a message that I know pretty well. Said, my old home club, make sure you say hello to the president. And the gentleman's name is Lee Penman. So do you know Lee Penman, guys?
I know Lee Penman.
Lee plays at Soldiers Point, just around the corner from my house.
Yeah, he was a great servant to this club through some tough times when the club was going through some real challenges. But Lee did lots of great things here. As we see, Harvey McAllister's responding.
Not bad.
Well, he was urging that one on.
He might not have got quite enough on it.
I don't think he did.
It flopped away there.
It did. So I think it's still 1 to Flynn. Now Flynn.
Well, if I'm Flynn, I'm trying to get to the back bowl of McAllister there.
Yep.
You know,
I'm the same thing. It's taken plenty of grass. So there's no issue of turning it in unless you're narrow. So just take a bit of grass. If he goes past, it's not going to do himself any harm either.
Yeah, good safe line.
There he is, and he hasn't played a bad bowl.
That's a great home.
It's a good shot. It's a really good shot.
Great home. Now, Harvey's still got the backhand to look to get underneath. You know, he can turn his own bowl one roll. If he gets underneath and gets to the O'Shaughnessy bowl, the blue and white bowl of Flynn O'Shaughnessy. As Tony, yes, he'll give us a great angle here. So we can see the front bowl, the darker bowl, is the pink one of Harvey McAllister. And then to the right of that is the light blue and white bowl, Drake's Pride Conquest of Flynn O'Shaughnessy. So I think I like the backhand here for Harvey. Just look to turn the blue bowl through or promote his pink.
He turns his pink onto the jack. He could possibly turn it into 2. I'll just have a see what he's going to do.
Oh, he's listened to me. That's rare. Rare when he's in the office.
A valued employee, I'm sure, though. Down on his backhand, Harvey McAllister, definitely holding 1.
Well, we've seen how hard they're getting back from out there, but he's sort of
Wow,
a little bit exasperated, and he didn't quite have the weight.
And not such a bad bowl either, Nick, too, because we do know that Flynn does have 1. It's getting to the stage now where, you know, he might have to change his game and play a bit attacking, 16-11. That bowler Harvey's being the best back could eliminate that thought process for Flynn if he wants to attack that.
Well, seeing how far that bowl came back, if I'm Flynn O'Shaughnessy, I'm just going to try to beat my last bowl and, you know, take only half a foot off.
Let's have a look and see what he does.
Very safe line again out there.
Maybe just a tad quick.
So Harvey surrendered the mat.
So it is 1 to Flynn, 16-12. Flynn gets the mat back.
So talk to us, Huxley, while they're kicking the bowls around. You know, we spoke about the opportunities that exist with Greenline to be to be engaging with clubs and with the sport. You know, tell us, this Halakalani project, for example, that's just starting. So tell us about some of the ones that you've completed in recent years and where people can go to see these facilities, go onto the websites of the clubs that you've been involved with.
Yeah, so we've done a few down in Victoria, so Pakenham Bowling Club, and we've done work at Narre Warren Bowling Club. Narre Warren's a double green, quite an impressive structure. When you're getting to 90 metres by about 45 metres under one roof, it's a very large roof. And then in New South Wales completed, we have Burke and Lightning Ridge.
Wow.
Lightning Ridge has got the Black Opal Classic every year, and I know
does.
that they stream a bit of bowls out there. I haven't had the privilege of going to commentate out there yet, but
They actually,
It's a fair drive to Burke, though, to be fair.
well, let me tell you
Lightning
about
Ridge.
Lightning Ridge.
Yeah,
We
I
actually
think.
we do a bit of commentary at Lightning Ridge, and they've got the setup where they've actually got the cameras built in
Correct, I
there,
remember.
and we
I
can do it
was-
from anywhere in Australia.
yeah, we were. That was a big point of when we discussed it with Scott originally. Is making sure that those cameras were built in. From
It's
day
a good
one.
setup, really good setup.
And
So
they've got the fans on that one too.
they do have the fan, one hell of a fan. It's massive, that
Yeah.
thing.
So-
The one at Burke's pretty good. Like I was lucky enough to be the bowls coordinator at a club. We got one of the first ever roos, which was Raymond Terrace Bowling Club.
Yep. That would be how many years ago? now?
2006.
There you go.
But, when those first two, that's called the hangar, because we are the Jets, or they are the Jets rather. They are just about to, believe it or not, apply for those two roofs to be removed, and they're building two indoor stadiums with I think it's a 6-storey motel.
Wow.
At that bowling club. It's come on leaps and bounds from the old lemon shirts 3 grade we used to be in the late 90s to what it is now. It's a powerhouse. So all credit to those people that run that club and run the sport at that club. They've done a fantastic job.
And it's what we see, isn't it, Huxley, that venues that have the ability, like Narre Warren and like Burke and Lightning Ridge, they've got the ability now to play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if they
Correct, yeah.
wanted to. And so therefore the revenue opportunities for those clubs
Huge,
are so much greater than, while it's a lovely day out in the sunshine, well, not quite a lovely day, but it's a very nice day out in the sunshine today. If it was bucketing down rain or snowing, as we do see from time to time in this region, or as it is in Lightning Ridge, the heat is one of the bigger issues. That this gives bowlers and the community the chance to engage with our sport much more often in many more ways.
Yes, we were talking to one of the team at Lightning Ridge, and they were saying that when they were rolling up one day, they did a ambient temperature check about the difference between being under the cover versus not under the cover. There was
Wow.
a 12-degree difference.
As
Really?
we see Harvey,
Great shot, Harvey McAllister.
well, it's saved a world of hurt. It was a pretty rough head, and he's really tidied that up.
Yeah, it was. It's probably one of the worst ones they've had in a fair few ends because the quality of the game has been sensational.
And going this way, they have been better. Now, I think Flynn's going to line up to try to just rip that one out.
Yeah, he does, and down he comes.
He does. Has he got
Stays
the
on that line. Draw drive.
How
is-
short is he?
Dear, oh dear. Look, he's collectively 6 inches from leading the game by 10. He's played some big bowls with no result and missed by millimetres.
That's a great call, Tony. You're exactly right there. And to all our viewers, wherever you're watching around the world, you've seen Flynn put on a really good show here, and he's only just been missing by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, he has. He's been a tad unlucky. There's no doubt about that.
He seems to play a bit more of a attack forward game than McAllister. McAllister's very deliberate and tries to place bowls, if you know what I mean.
He does, yeah. Look, he's articulate, maybe a good word we could use, but they both definitely play different games, and I haven't seen Harvey attack as yet, and probably because he hasn't had to, because his drawing's been so good. Now he looks like he's going to just sneak in for another, is he? Oh,
No,
don't
I
know.
don't think he's quite got it.
Well, geez,
Measure.
I like it on the camera, but I don't like it out the window.
Let's see what our marker indicates.
It is 2 to Harvey. So he continues on his merry ways. Now 18 shots to 12. This is starting to get danger time for Flynn O'Shaughnessy. He'll need to get on his bike here if he's going to come back and win this game. We will see both these players, Huxley and Tony, we will see both these players at the Nationals later this year, which will be at Club Tweed. Harvey will be playing second in the ACT representative side. He'll be on on debut at the Nationals as an ACT representative, and Flynn will be skipping one of the rinks. So we see the more front end sort of base play of Harvey McAllister. He was a lead for a long time as he's come up through as a junior, and only started playing the back end really this year in our pennant competition, because he's clearly capable. Whereas Flynn has been much more of a back end player. Although his role has now changed too, because he'll be at Helensvale, and their top grade at Helensvale's pretty well stacked. The likes of Brett Wilkie and Nathan Rice and the like up there.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad club. I've seen they got a new bowls coordinator. It was announced there yesterday.
Yes, Michael Sorensen, Hollywood.
Yep. Where's he from, Nick? What's the story of that?
So he's come from Bowls Australia,
Yep.
Hollywood, but he's been in the sport for a long time, and club management and the like. And look, he'll do a great job alongside Chris Faulkner and the team there at Club Helensvale. They've got their second undercover green.
They have.
Just about to be opened. It's not a Greenline one, so it must be terrible.
Yeah.
But,
No.
Shade to order or something like that. We won't mention any names.
no, but look, any club that is looking at doing one of these projects is absolutely encouraged to do so because of the opportunities it creates. But yeah, Michael Sorensen is one of the real good guys of bowls in southeast Queensland.
Yeah, good. That's and look, a very prestigious club. Once again, we're talking about clubs that have had a lot of success, and that club certainly has had plenty of it. A bevy of stars have graced the greens. Helensvale, Kelsey Cottrell, Mark Casey, Nathan Rice, Brett Wilkie, Anthony Keepy, the list goes on. Andrew Howie, etc., etc.
Well, Andrew Howie, of course, very well known to the ACT audience. He grew up here. State of origin, we'll have him back. So yes, dude. I mean, drop in the comments some of the great ACT players who aren't here anymore. Gary Willis, another one, of course.
Gazza, yep.
Who's come from the ACT. But we've been very fortunate to be putting on such a great display of bowls here with the best that we've got currently, including Harvey McAllister.
Who has just played a bomb. Great shot, Harvey.
He has just stolen a two straight off O'Shaughnessy there, I'd say.
I think you're right with that.
Yes,
I think you're right.
A three-shot swing. Flynn goes from 2 up to 1 down, but he's a chance. Little touch on this jack here. He's on the right sort of line.
Just going to lack a bit of weight, I think.
I think into the wind, it's slowed up a bit quicker than he hoped there.
Yeah, well, we're seeing. I feel as though the breeze might have eased slightly. I'm looking at the Australian flag out the window here, and it's probably not quite as aggressive as it was at one stage. Certainly, the camera isn't bouncing around as much.
Camera three is a nightmare, but camera 4 is actually a lot better than what it was. I haven't had to go and adjust it for a bit. But looks like another good bowl here from Harvey. Now, we will have Harvey on...
McAllister has nailed it. It's just flopped over right beside it there.
We'll have him on commentary again a little bit later. I had him before when the Champion of Champions was on, and he was fantastic and good company.
I think you'll find that Harvey McAllister has no intentions of being on commentary this weekend. He's here to win the tournament.
Oh, I'll fix that.
As a semi-finalist last year,
he's got eyes on prize money.
Look, there's probably realistically, I mean, there's no easy sections in this event. Everybody who's playing has worked very hard to get here, and is a really good bowler in their own right.
Well, what we might do, Nick, is at the end of the sectional play, or tomorrow morning before the semi-finals, we might even have a quick word with a couple of them if we can.
I'll have them all lined up before they go home today.
Excellent, mate. That's perfect. Sounds good. I won't even end the stream early.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Flynn's going to attack again here. There's a chance to get both those pink bowls out.
If he can get the right result here, he's just once again.
He's missed it.
Unlucky. So he's going to drop a 2. So that's going to take the score but to 20-12. And Harvey McAllister's 1 shot away from being on the springboard to go out. So Flynn O'Shaughnessy needs to make a move.
I think we might have, 2 or 3 more ends in this, and we're...
Oh, are you calling it right, 2 or 3 more ends, he's saying Huxley Wallace. So, look, we'll see. One of the things that we know towards the end of the game here, this is a singles format, it's first to 25, there is no time limit. So, O'Shaughnessy only needs 1 an end. We could be out here for quite a while longer yet. It could be 17 or 18 more ends.
And we've seen plenty of that over the years.
If we go the trip.
Guaranteed we've all seen it.
But we've seen... Flynn's only picked up 1 out of the last 5 ends. Harvey's started to really find his range here, and at 20-12, the other thing that Flynn needs to be conscious of too is if Harvey were to win this game, but were to drop another game in the section, that shots for and against might come into it. If you're going to lose, give yourself a chance to get out of your section and not drop a big margin.
Agreed. Sectional play, anything can happen. Harvey McAllister gets us underway, playing the forehand side.
The weight looks good.
Not a bad starter from Harvey. Very, very good starter. Now he's been very steady. Probably in the last 5 or 6 ends, his drawing has been exceptional. Bar probably one end, but he did draw himself out of trouble with that one bowl when he drew within a couple of inches of it when they scattered him around. And he's got off to a good start here. Now, what can Flynn do?
Flynn's answering with a bit of a backhand, I believe it's called.
Yes, that is right, Huxley. You're pretty good, mate.
He's going very well.
Going very well. And good shot, Flynn O'Shaughnessy, so holding one.
Now, just while Harvey's having a look here, I'll update viewers from the other games on this green. I can't do anything about the other green because it's a little bit far away, but Toby Pennu continues to lead Sharon Steele. This is the ACT Junior Boys champion, Toby Pennu, by 13 shots to 12, although Sharon has just placed the mat, so it's tied. Sharon's at least 13, so it could be 13 all. Sharon could have the lead, but it's a very close tussle there. Cherie Klimas, who got out to the really hot start against Doug Farr, was leading 9-zip, is still leading, but it's 18-16, so Dougie Farr, last year's runner-up, has really come back. And James Reynolds has got an early morning tee. He's knocked off Ruth Moore. And they've turned the scoreboard over there, so I'm not quite sure what the score is.
Yeah, I noticed it was turned over before. So
Yeah, so... But James was leading handily, so even if the scoreboard was available to us, I might not want to declare what the score was because Ruth mightn't appreciate it very much. But she's out there chatting with some of the members who've come down to watch the contest.
You can see Harvey just having an exchange with Gordon Elliott there, just working out how everything's placed.
So he's one down.
Is this where we see Harvey attack?
Yeah, we don't know. Probably at 20-12, he doesn't need to. But, you have called it, Huxley. I think he was in two minds. He's played a bit of a perhapser. Weight was good, just missed his line.
Tough shots to play.
Tough shot to play on a synthetic green. There's, the best players will tell you there's 2 shots, draw or drive, when you're playing on an artificial surface. Extremely hard to play those yard-on things and 3 feet of weight, trail the jack sort of shots. Really hard on a synthetic surface. Now, that's a missed opportunity there probably from Flynn.
Well, it's a missed opportunity, but he's missed Harvey's bowl by only a whisker there too, and he's probably lucky he didn't knock that through the hole. So, still 1 shot. I'm not even sure if that right-hand bowl of Flynn's at the top of the screen could be very close to second.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll actually favour the pink one. I think been pretty close to being on the centre line, but Harvey's having a good look at it anyway, mate, so I don't know what he thinks.
He's having a think about what he can do, I'd say.
Well, the big drive isn't really on, though, is it? Because you still need enough weight to get back to the jack. And so, therefore, the bowl's got to turn through the hole. But I suspect he might try that little swinger again. This is his home club. This is his home service. And I expect he would have been out here for only 20 or 30 hours this week practising ahead of this match.
I didn't see him here yesterday. There was a fair few of them out here having a roll-up yesterday, but Harvey wasn't one of them. Mac was one, for sure. There was about half a dozen of the guys here having a practice about 4 o'clock, 4:15.
Yeah, I know Dan Hartwell, who's the men's rookie singles champion from Crookwell, he spent basically all week in Queanbeyan in preparation for this event. Did you see Harvey's?
He's a bit off there.
Well,
I think the fact that I called 2 or 3 ends has just made sure that O'Shaughnessy won this one.
he might be looking to extend his time on the live stream, do you think?
Oh, I think you could be right.
Never say die, that's how you stay in the contest.
So,
Now, let's see what he does. If he can turn that wide bowl of his, just with, enough weight, he can turn this into 3.
yeah, only just needs to be reaching the jack, doesn't need any weight past.
Correct.
That's what he's aimed for.
Now, he just had to be a little bit wider than his last one. Now, he looks like he's not too bad. He gets inside the pink one. He's going to count, which he should do.
Well bowled, Flynn O'Shaughnessy.
Great shot.
He's
Game on.
He's a definite for 2.
Definite for 2. And we're just going to see what he says about it's only 2, it's not 3.
Yeah, well, they didn't go and have a look at that,
No,
so
he
I
didn't.
favour 2 shots. Gordon Elliott
Definitely
is
20 to 14. McAllister over O'Shaughnessy here in the Greenline Invitational singles at the very picturesque Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Not bowling, Bowls Club. Wonder why that is in New South Wales. They're all referred to as bowling clubs.
well. I don't know, but if you look at the logo there, it's explicit on our screen.
It is.
So,
Anyway, 20 to 14.
and we'll see. Flynn's taken that mat right back. He's still favouring these longer lengths, and there's been a few ends that are probably been a bit more average for these players going in this direction, and he's just dropped that one a little bit short. Into the breeze, I reckon they're just struggling with their weight.
Nick, it is probably the longest end going back towards the car park that was seen since the start of the game.
Yeah, and the longer the ends, I mean, the more time the bowl's travelling, the more time it's got to get knocked about by the wind too. So,
Yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier, Nick, about once they start to turn into the wind, they can really flop over too quickly.
they're ripping home.
They certainly are. And you can see that wind, I think, blowing that camera around. I think it's come up a bit again. Certainly wobbling the camera on our live stream here, ladies and gentlemen. But we're doing as best we can to keep those things steady. And they're not too bad at the moment. Anyway, so Flynn coming down with his second bowl. This one looks like
I think it's going to.
That's a great shot.
Exactly where we want it.
well played. Is this the comeback from Flynn O'Shaughnessy? He picked up 2 on the last end. Deficit 2014.
Going to be very hard to knock him off there without taking out the jack as well.
Absolutely.
Well, first things first. There's all these sayings in bowls, Huxley, and first get second, second get first, things like that in terms of what shot you're going to get. And I think Harvey's just going to look to get a good second shot here, give himself some more options. If he finishes past that bowl, past the jack, it'll be much more, give him a few more options here. He's just going to run a little bit short.
One of the best.
It is second shot though.
One of the best sayings in bowls, Nick, that I've ever heard, and it certainly doesn't apply to the quality of this field, but it's not your weight, it's not your grass, it's just your ability. And it's one of the best I've ever heard. And yeah.
I think that'd apply if I was out there today.
It applies with the way I play at the present time.
That used to be one that I'd received when I was playing cricket. It was a very good shot for a player of my ability, I was told. That was usually if I got it off the square. Wasn't much of a batsman, but the lawn bowls became my game very quickly, and we're watching 2 of the absolute best in the region here. Harvey McAllister, a local from Queanbeyan Bowls Club, against Flynn O'Shaughnessy. And Harvey's going to be much closer here. Well, that's a really good shot there.
It is a good second shot. It is a good second shot.
Yeah, I favour he's probably got at least 2 seconds now, Harvey, so he can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. Flynn does have one off to the side of the camera there, not necessarily behind though, on the right-hand side of the screen, and I don't see the jack getting there, so Flynn really needs to protect here because that shot bowl's looking a bit lonely, and he's going to turn Harvey in. So Harvey with 2 seconds now. I expect he will go quick at this.
Look, if I was Harvey, I'd be looking at that forehand, down quick on that forehand, pluck the bowl off. If he's a bit wide, he gets his own bowl, gets the edge of it onto Flynn's bowl. We know Flynn's bowl is a toucher, so the best result for Harvey is to pluck it off clean and to put it out of bounds and stay for 2 and a measure, or even get a piece of the jack himself. So, but if I was him, I'm not too sure what he's going to do, I would certainly be attacking that.
You see him ready to roll.
I think he might be. I think he's going to attack it.
He's looking. I'd say that. Oh, he steps off.
Well, the bowls were being kicked around from the next rink.
Yep, so we'd probably just put him off a little bit so he gets
And
back on the mat.
They came across. Looks as though he's setting up backhand here.
Let's have a look. What's he going to do? No, he went to forehand.
it was
He
forehand.
He just narrowed.
He's missed the line.
The line was about for the backhand though in the end, but no, that we we did call it. That was the shot to play. So it's going to be 1 to Flynn.
Yep, 2015.
And the comeback might be on Huxley Wallace, who did say it'll be over before you know it.
It's called the early call, go on the crow.
Yeah.
Perhaps
I
you.
just sunk my commentating career in one early call.
That's
You're
all right.
going all right, mate. You're going all right.
Well, welcome to anybody, wherever you're watching around Australia, around the world here on Bowls ACT Facebook or YouTube Live Sports, Community Sports Broadcasting. We're here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club for the Invitational Singles, the Greenline Invitational Singles 2024. Plenty of friends. Matt Hammond, Di Marquette, young Harry Coleman has been tuning in, who's one of the top juniors in Victoria. I used to work with his dad, Mark. Brody Turner, Nathan Haynes from Crookwell.
Brody
Graham Walsh.
Turner. Good old Brody Turner.
So, to you, wherever you're watching, do let us know in the comments that you're enjoying the game. You probably think you could go a bit better than some of these players on a few of the ends. But I tell you what, it's tricky conditions, although the breeze has died off from being really strong to just being
Strong.
firm.
Yeah, firm, that's a good word for it. Good start by Flynn. We got the score back to 20 to 15. He looked in all sorts of trouble a couple of ends ago, but tenacity is what's keeping him in the match. So it's 20-15, first to 25.
I think Flynn's had all the ends since McAllister hit 20, hasn't he?
He has. We said he was on the spring. He was one away from going on the springboard, and then Flynn's, I think he's won two ends in a row, got a 2 and a 1. Keep himself in the game. And one thing I have noticed is his first bowl and second bowl are a lot better than what they were earlier in the game. He's found a bit of consistency with those first two.
Yeah, big thing in singles, isn't it, Tony Scott, where applying the pressure with you from your first bowl makes a huge difference.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. If you can draw that first one, you put doubt in that opposition's mind straight away. What shot do I play? Where do I go? Where do I place it? What if this happens? What if that happens? And at the moment, it seems that he is doing that to get himself back in the match. But that's not a bad reply from
Good
Harvey.
response from Harvey.
Seems to have stolen second there.
Now, as we look next door, Toby Penyu, the junior boys champion, is leading Sharon Steele, who has won everything in ACT bowls. 14 shots Sharon Steele, 17 shots Toby Penyu.
Wow.
Dougie Farr's hit the front against Cherie Klimas on rink 4.
21-18.
Yeah, last year's runner-up has hit the front, so he'll be really pleased. And I'll bring you the results when we start the next game from everything that happened on the other green. We'll have those in Bowls Link straight away, so head to results.bowlslink.com.au to follow along here. We'll have all the results in very quickly after the game, and you can follow all your favourite players.
Has Harvey got the right line here?
He's close. He's close. That's a great shot. Welcome back, Harvey McAllister. What a bowl. He found himself down. The ascendancy was just starting to swing towards Flynn O'Shannessy. And Harvey's played a bomb.
Flynn's last bowl. Does he attack Harvey's?
Well, there's probably not much for it there. Harvey's got the best at the back, so I think he's just going to back himself to draw. If Flynn can get a little touch on this, he can make 2 for himself here as well.
The line looks good on this one too.
He's given every chance. Every chance.
Oh, he just might have knocked his own.
Unlucky. But look, he's in no danger. There's no change. He's still only the one down. But,
McAllister has one.
He's got one to
more
play.
roll.
So one's not going to do. Let's put Harvey on the springboard. But if he had got another roll or 2 out of his bowl, he could have found himself 2 or 3 down. Or 2 down with 1 to come. So 1 to Harvey.
If I'm Harvey, there might be an argument here to put this in your pocket. If he gets onto his bowl at the front there, any roll on that, it's going to move the jack straight to Flynn.
And you are right. Either hand, if he plays his backhand and he turns that bowl, he could turn it onto the jack and go 1 down. If he plays it on the forehand, he could do the same thing, turn it out, touch the jack and go 1 down. Now, obviously, I think that's what he's looking at. You could be right, Nick. It might be a good idea to put it in his pocket. Just going to see.
he's spending his time deliberating on that. But
There is a shot on the inside of the green on his backhand. Just keep it wide. You get one turn out of Flynn's bowl to turn it into 3. But there is that element of danger if he does go a bowl tight.
Yeah, and I think that's the hand where it's more risky, because any touch on that hand almost certainly makes 2, whereas on the forehand I think he's a little bit safer here.
I think he's lining up for the forehand by the look of it.
So g'day Macca, Andrew McFarlane watching on. Phil Murphy from out at Yass. Maddie Hazel, our good friend, young girl from Junee. Just been picked in the combined New South Wales, I think, Queensland team for Nationals. Congratulations to Maddie.
Now, how's this one looking?
He's a bit
pull up short.
Yeah, that would,
Probably a wise decision.
I'm okay with that.
Nick's okay. That's all that matters.
Take the one.
Yep, you can have a talk around the water cooler about that one, mate.
So, well, yes, we might have this game on review on Monday. Review the quality of the streaming, the quality of the commentary, and also the quality of some of Harvey's bowls. We've got a big day on Monday, Harvey and I.
Some of his bowls. That's funny.
Well, he might have made a blunder here. That's going to go.
He's gone in the ditch.
He's into
Goodbye. Well.
Okay, well.
So Flynn doing what I fully expected, and he's going to kick everything right to the back of the rink.
He's probably going to go about 3/4, I think, because that's where he's been dominating. That's what got him back in the game, at 3/4 length. So let's have a bit of a look. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, so Flynn, we've seen all game has favoured the slightly longer lengths. Harvey's been looking to go short. So the jack in the ditch gives Flynn a chance to set the length, but Harvey will still play first.
He will. You can just see there, if we just have a look at the camera, this is what we're dealing with. These cameras are way down.
Yeah, that one bouncing around a little bit.
Certainly is bouncing around. Harvey gets us underway. Leads the game 21-15. He is now on the springboard where a 4 will take him out.
The line's good. He's in close.
Well, we're seeing again though, you can, like that hand.
What a swing.
That hand, that direction, it's really ripping home.
I think you were right when you said earlier, Nick, like they're bouncing off the clubhouse. They're turning drastically on that ditch side of the green.
Well, also, once it gets down about 2/3 of the way along the green, there isn't any protection from
That's
the clubhouse
correct.
at that
Yep.
end. So
It just whips them around the corner.
a little bit of local knowledge, and this is something that in all the time that I've been involved doing commentary, the viewers can see the bowls ripping home, but we can tell them why, and that's my opinion. And look, we'll ask the players after this, but Harvey's on a nice high line again, based on how that last one got back.
Yeah, not a bad...
Yeah, he had the track.
Not a bad bowl, considering everything going on out there. Not bad. Flynn has a chance to capitalise, though. Plenty of room. So for the viewers, Flynn's using the lighter coloured bowls. I think the blue and white. And Harvey McAllister using the pinks. Flynn's up Drake's, I would imagine.
Drake's Conquest, they are, yes. And Harvey, hence Light
Good
XGs, as we see. Good shot there from Flynn. They're a good-looking bowl, these new Conquests. I've got to set myself, but they're not the two-tone ones.
It's funny you talk about that, Nick.
I start thinking about buying a new set every time I look at Flynn's bowls.
You see, Drake's Pride is starting to make it a bit of an inroad, I've noticed, with a few of the better players starting to use Drake's Pride. Like aero bowls, obviously, are everywhere you go. Hence the light, it's been well documented what's been going on with them in the last week or so. But there is a lot more Drake's Pride bowls around, and I must admit, some of their clothing lines and their apparel is really good quality and looks fantastic.
Yeah, look, I play with them myself, and their footwear, I think, is second to none. The shoes, just brilliant. As we see, Flynn, well, he's adjusted well there. That first one, a little bit tight, a little bit short, but he's corrected his line.
What it does is Harvey's got one bowl to play, and he's possibly 3 down.
And Harv hasn't put one within 2 metres, so after complimenting on his draw game, he's just found this end a little bit tricky, and losing the jack into the ditch there could be really costly for him.
And I think it's going to be, mate. Now, we have here an opportunity for Flynn O'Shannessy to get the game back to 21-19. He looks like he's holding 3.
He does.
And with the bonus shot. Flynn O'Shannessy with the Drake's Pride conquests. Down he comes, holding 3. Chance to hold to get a 4. Brings himself back within 2 shots. If he lands that, he's got it, and he has. That's 4. That's a Simpsons handful. That will make it 21-19, I believe.
Biggest swing of the game.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest swing was when you declared this would be over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But it is.
I was hoping we weren't going to bring that back up.
But no, look, it is 4 shots to Flynn, and as you say, 21-19. As we come to the exciting conclusion here, it's back to being anyone's game. I think Harvey will be kicking himself because that jack that he's rolled into the ditch may prove to be really costly. It was a 4-shot swing.
You're definitely right.
And now Flynn's regained, not only has he regained control of the mat, but he's also regained control of the game somewhat, because we've seen from only having 1 shot in 5 ends, or one end in 5 ends, he's now won 3 of the last 4. He's gone a 2, a 1, dropped a 1, and picked up a 4. And Flynn O'Shaughnessy is now on 19 shots, and he's getting very close
to the springboard.
To the springboard, or the Val Febo checkout zone for those that watch the Bowls Australia commentary. But
great, and not a bad starter. Very good starter, Flynn.
Yeah, that's just ducked down to the back of the rink. Got a toucher. And at this length, and with the tailwind here too, you can see that this is going to be really tricky. I think Harvey's just lost a little bit of composure now. I saw he was on the mat shaking his head there.
He is. Just want to keep it all together, mate. Just reset. Start again. Go back to where you were. You were drawing sensationally. Just get back in your groove. Remember, you still have a 2-shot lead. You still have the opportunity to go out first. And how's his reply here? It's not too bad. He gets inside that. He's got a good bowl here, Nick. Down he comes.
Well,
just out, I think.
No matter what the result, though, that's pretty classy from Harv.
I'll tell you what, I don't know, it might even be the shot. Flynn O'Shaughnessy's away he goes on the inside of the green.
Well, what it's done is it's flipped Flynn over to the other hand here, and this is the hand that seems to have been a little bit more challenging for players to pick up the line on.
And certainly on this occasion it has, because he's dropped it a little bit short.
So we'll see if Harvey perseveres on the forehand, but that last bowl of Flynn might be in the eye, and that's, yes, we're seeing.
Let's see where he goes. Switched over. He's got a bit more grass, I think, than the last bowl of Flynn's.
Well, we've seen the XGs that they're a big size 5'2" that Harvey's using now. They have got some good finish on them, and he's played this well.
Certainly has. Is he going to pull up? Yes, he is. That's 1 and a measure.
Well, I think Flynn's going to attack straight away here.
He is. Well, he's not attacking by so much. He has tightened his line a bit, but just depends on that weight. Will it hold him up? I don't think it's going to.
It's more at risk of taking out the second.
Well, that tells me that Flynn doesn't think he's got second shot.
Yeah, it's hard when you're just looking out there. He possibly is 2 down.
From what we've seen from him so far today, I thought he was going to go straight at that and try to sink the jack.
Well, he does have 1 to come.
Also, yes, if Harvey puts another one near it,
He'll probably attack it for sure.
doesn't want to fatten up this target, McAllister.
And he's down good again. It's almost another counter. And it is Harvey.
He pushes, yes.
And sits in front too. That makes it really hard for Flynn to get that out. I
So
think.
this is going to force Flynn onto his forehand. He's going to have to play an attacking shot. He's on the mat now. I think he's winding up to play an attacking shot on the forehand. Down he comes. And he's played with a fair bit of weight. Is he going to hold? Is he going to hold? He's very close.
Flynn.
No edge. That's a great shot. Flynn O'Shannessy. That is a screamer and has kept you in the match. You will pick up 1. What a great bowl. But there is 1 to...
1 to come.
Oh, sorry, there still is 1 to come. Yep. But he is holding shot.
1 response.
So bring that camera back.
Let's bring that camera back and have a look and see.
So-
There's the jack.
So the jack's out on the right-hand side of the screen. Flynn's bowl is in the ditch, just under the agent team sign there.
We can't get it any closer than that.
Can't get the camera down to see in the jack in the ditch there. So
But the
Harvey's
bowl-
probably got 2 feet to draw it, I'd reckon.
He has. We know that bowl is right behind the Jack viewers on your screen.
You
Now
can see Harvey's coming into shot now.
the pink bowler, Harvey McAllister, is on its way down.
Doesn't have the weight, I don't think.
And he's going to drop a shot. So, wow. That was a great conversion shot from Flynn O'Shaughnessy there.
Well, you called it, Tony. You like the forehand and you like that weight.
I did.
It's a tricky shot to play on this surface. Personally, I didn't open my mouth to confirm the fact that I was a goose, but I'll tell you now.
I don't have to do that to
I didn't
confirm
like
it for
that
me.
shot, but look, he's played it beautifully. He got the great result. Little touch off the wing bowls there, back onto the Jack, and followed it towards the ditch. The Jack didn't quite make it in there, but Flynn now back within one.
21-20.
Yeah, we've seen the margin as big as 6. So Flynn's really boxed on here well to get back within one shot.
So, 21-20. He gets us underway. It's probably a bit quicker than what he expected because he's in last couple of ends, as we spoke about before, those first 2 bowls have been what's been doing the damage and setting it up. That's what's got him back in the game. And probably just went a little bit quick with that one. But Harvey McAllister has that 1-shot lead. What a game we've had the pleasure of watching here in very, very trying conditions by 2 young up-and-comers, dare say already superstars in the ACT.
You can see McAllister's just placed it between them. And Flynn's answered here. We'll see what the line looks like now.
It doesn't look too bad. He's down all right. He can just hold his weight. He doesn't want to cut across. He's got to be close. That'd probably be the shot.
I think he's good. Ooh,
It's pretty close.
it's a bit hard. From here, on the camera, it definitely looks like O'Shaughnessy has it.
Can't really tell from that angle.
Yeah, back to the probably get one closer than that at some point.
I reckon he is shot. I reckon the bowler Flynn's a shot.
McAllister might not have enough on that one.
So it's anyone's game at the moment. It is 1. He has indicated to Flynn it's 1. He is holding shot with his last bowl.
I think part of the problem is the wind seems to have picked up, judging from the flags.
Yep. I think you're right. So down he comes again. Give it plenty of air. We know these things whip round at the last minute. Just how's his weight? Probably going to be a bit gun shy, I think.
Again, I think he's fallen for the same thing that McAllister did last roll.
Yeah, I think you're right, Huxley. I think he just erred on the side of caution.
Here we have McAllister just asking Glenn Elliott to confirm.
And he has.
What sort of distance we're working with.
So it is 1 down. It is 1 to Flynn. Harvey's on the mat.
And about 3 feet to draw. Harvey, he's going to round up that wide bowl of Flynn's.
He's not a mile away.
Wow.
With the wind doing what he's doing, he may have. He's got a bit much on it.
Did get hold of him. So Flynn O'Shaughnessy can capitalise here. If he can turn this into 2 and he holds on, we got a new leader.
Well, it'll be the first time Flynn's been in front since 10 or 11 ends ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You know, we're 23 ends into this contest. It's been enthralling.
Now, he's played this one all right. What he doesn't want
He's to knock the Jack.
and
That's exactly what he's done. He's gifted McAllister 2.
Wow. Flynn O'Shaughnessy. Sure, that's not what he was trying to do. He was a bowl tight. Any bowl wider, he sits on those pink ones and he counts. Unfortunately, he's back cut the Jack.
If you're McAllister, do you put this one in your pocket?
No,
draw for 3.
He can still draw safely. There's very little risk that, and we can't see it on our picture, the Jack is actually nestled right up against that front bowl. It's not going to pop forward. Harvey can play this very, very safely. Plays the same bowl as his last. He'll have 3.
You
And
see it there. It's right in front of those 2 pink bowls.
And Flynn just a lapse, a momentary lapse, and it's gifted Harvey McAllister 2 shots and a chance at a 3rd here if he can gets a clear road. He won't.
He won't.
Okay, well.
I think McAllister will be happy to take the 2 though.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty happy because he was 1 down. He could have been 2 down. Could have been 3 down. But unfortunately,
Two that he probably doesn't deserve, though, really, Harvey. And you know, while of course you'll take them, it's a very generous time to be gifting a 2. And as we saw, there was a blunder from Harvey a few ends ago when he dropped that 4.
There was. Yep.
Yeah. Now we've seen one from Flynn, and I think it's the errors that are going to be the difference in this game. These players are so well matched, but you know, Harvey at the moment, he's just made slightly fewer errors than Flynn, and that could end up being the difference. I'm not calling it yet, though. I'm not going off as early as Huxley Wallace did.
Yeah, I won't make that mistake again on round 2.
But what we're seeing,
McAllister seems to be putting it fairly deep on the.
yeah, but you'll notice Huxley, he's taken the mat all the way up there. So this is actually, you know, on the shorter side in terms of the length, but
Something that plays into his game, you'd say?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think before you came on the call, this is something that I spoke about, that Harvey does favour in these contests to play the shorter lengths. You know, he feels as though he's got the touch and the refined delivery on this sort of surface, particularly where it is just fingertip touch and weight control.
And when you have the chance too, Nick, to go out by rolling the jack towards the tee, if you need the option to put the jack in the can to score, to probably win the game, you have more chance of doing that if it's closer to the tee than you are halfway up the green, even if you're playing the same length.
Also takes the kill out
Absolutely.
as well. So, you know, much harder to kill an end, which is where the jack goes out of bounds, for those that don't know. If the jack goes out of bounds, it does get replayed in this competition. We don't respot on the tee, so having it start on the tee means it's very hard because the jack has to go almost sideways to go out of bounds.
Correct.
If it's 5 or 6 metres up the green, it can very easily get knocked down. As we see Harv sliding by.
So it is 1 at the moment. Kingsley is holding. Kingsley, what are we talking about? Flynn is holding shot.
You've got some good names today, Tony.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over Huxley. That's the coolest name I've ever heard.
Nick McAllister and now Kingsley O'Shaughnessy.
I'm sure Nick McAllister's an AFL player, I think. Anyway, Flynn O'Shaughnessy holding 2.
Yeah, it's a good home there, so that covers Harvey a little bit, and he's counting, putting the pressure back on. Well, Harvey persists with the forehand. He's setting up that way.
I think he is.
You know,
And he's
we spoke about how tricky those jack down the line shots are, and that's kind of what Harvey's going to be playing for, though, here. And it's just held around. That's the sort of weight. He's going to try to get that jack down the line. He might think about potting the jack, though, here, Tony Scott, because as you've suggested,
I think that's what he should do. He's got all the backwood and he can go out. He
can win the game.
Yep, he certainly can.
The risk, though, is if Flynn puts the pressure on with a 3 here, Flynn's
Well, now that
so
can.
if you can just drop that camera down there, Tony. So we'll see that the last bowl of Flynn has stayed up at the back of the rink there, but Harvey has got 3 at the back.
I think it's all the way down, isn't it?
It is all the way down.
We just can't see the rear, the very back bowl of Flynn.
Okay, so let's have a bit of a look here. We'll see if we can just get it.
Well, I can tell you, viewers, so Harvey's got a 3rd pink bowl just off camera there at the bottom of the rink. Flynn O'Shaughnessy also has his last bowl just off camera at the back of the rink there. So there's an opportunity for Harvey still just to move that jack back. There we go. We can go down a little bit more.
You can just see it.
There
That's
they
there,
are.
the 2 backwoods.
Harvey's about to roll.
Harvey's about to
But
have a look.
Harvey down to playing with weight. He wants to sink this jack.
Looking for the jack. He's got a piece of it. Oh,
It's gone
no.
forward.
Wow.
Well, I was saying to you before, Huxley, you don't see jacks go forward, and that was literally the last end. And then Harvey, geez, a little bit unlucky. He didn't quite guts the jack, and it's been caught by one of the wing bowls.
Now, what we need to have a look at here, guys, is it 2 or is it 3?
My favourite's 3.
And with 1 to come,
I think you're right. I think
It could be
Shaughnessy
4.
Can get a 4.
Well,
and it's going to be 4.
I think it's 4.
Wow. So that's going to make 24-23. What a game of bowls.
Well,
It's had every scenario that you can think of.
This is a comeback.
Well, we've picked the right match here for you, fans, and so stick around. The next game will be coming up before too long on the Bowls ACT Facebook and YouTube live sports. Happy Bowler. So make sure that you turn on your notifications. The next game is going to be Chloe Morrison against Talara Edwards. So 2 of the female stars of the region. And if we can have anything like this, we'll be absolutely blessed. So Flynn now needs 1 shot to win. Harvey just needs to pick up a 2. And, I mean, Tony Scott, there's almost always a 2 available when you're playing bowls, isn't there? So Harvey with last say, this could be it. This could be the last end.
Well, even though he's down in the game, it's, the advantage is he's going to have the last bowl. But as we spoke about Flynn O'Shaughnessy, what's got him back in the game has been those first 2 bowls, and once again he started off pretty good here in these conditions, going into the teeth of the wind, has a 1-shot lead, but Harvey McAllister. Now he's taking his time on the mat. He's
He
walking.
stepped off
He
on
did
that
step
there for a
off.
bit. I think the wind's giving him a bit of grief. He's done it
It
again.
is. There's no doubt about it. I can honestly say it's when you go outside, it is almost knocking you over. It's blowing you sideways. So he actually is taking his time. Let's have a look. Got to be precise. But he does have that last bowl, Nick. That is the advantage that he has.
Yeah, so nothing for short here with his first bowl. Mate wants to make sure he's passed, give himself a chance of
Not a bad
finding a
starter.
2 somewhere. But what O'Shaughnessy's done here is he has, by leaving the jack so far up the line, he's made it very hard to sink for the win. And sort of contrary to what we said in the last game, the kill's a little bit easier. So if Harvey does get into any trouble here, there is a chance of a kill. But when you've only got 1 shot to play with.
Well, O'Shaughnessy might have so far wrapped up 2, so I'm just going to see what McAllister's answer is.
Well, the body language isn't real positive from Harvey there. He didn't like that one.
It's pulled up much shorter than he anticipated, I think. Shaughnessy's following this one down. He likes the line, I'd say.
He does. He does.
Well, you can
Going to put a bit of pressure on him
Put
now.
some real pressure on with this bowl.
And it's...
Well, we might see, but does Harvey attack now? He set up a bit of a target.
Well, he's still got 1 to play after this one. So does he
I think
go early?
I think he's going to attack.
Yep. If I was him, I would. Go early.
I think so. He's getting set with intention, I'd say. No?
He's
He's
not. Yeah, he's not too.
Is he hoping to swing it in and knock the jack out?
Yeah, I think. Look, that's what he's trying to do. I think he was in 2 minds, to be honest. He has
hasn't
no option now. Like, it depends what Flynn does now, but he needs to attack.
No, I think Flynn's, the sensible choice is to go and park one round the back on the tee there, and make Harvey play the hard shot. Play the shot to trail at 6 feet, because going flat out on this surface, as we've spoken about, is often easier. The trail for 6 feet is really, really hard. So if I'm Flynn, I'm putting it round the back, but he's in the Jackaroo squad, not me.
Yep. That's all right, mate. As we always say, the best bowls are played behind an inch of glass, and that's where we are at the moment. So, Flynn O'Shaughnessy plays his last bowl
I think he's listening to you, Nick.
of the end, has gone
That has it.
to the back.
Yeah, no, that'll stay up. So he's parked one all the way at the back of the rink.
So what we need to see here, what Flynn needs, not Flynn rather, what Harvey needs to do, Harvey McAllister, ladies and gentlemen, who's led the game for a majority, finds himself 24-23, down game at the moment, but has 1 bowl to play. So he has a couple of options. Does he go quick, looking to go put the jack in the ditch and sit alongside it to get it back to 24 all? Does he try and trail the jack a metre or 2 to get a 2 and to win the game? What he needs to do is to make sure that he's of clear mind of what shot he wants to play. No half-hearted attempts. Know the shot you want to play. to stay alive.
Well, we'll see here. Harvey McAllister. Could be the last bowl of the game, folks. And he's
tightened it up.
He's playing to win. No, he doesn't like it. So
Like it.
it's going to be...
Too much for him.
So that is a win to Flynn O'Shannessy. He has come from nowhere to take the game 25-23. And look, with what a great exhibition of bowls from both these guys. That was a great exhibition of bowls.
Yeah, great start to the competition. Great start to the weekend. I think if that's the standard that we're going to see all weekend, we're absolutely blessed. One of these players will not progress through the section, so Flynn's giving himself the best opportunity. Harvey now, he might need results to go his way, but he can be proud of the way that he's fought through in this game. But Flynn has just come up clutch at the right time.
You're right,
and
Nick.
has shown his class. He was the Australian Open men's pairs runner-up this year. So really looking forward to the next game. We're going to have a quick break now, Tony.
Yep. So what time was it we're going to get our next game?
Probably
Still got a couple of games going out there, I
but
noticed.
about 15 minutes was the idea, so about quarter to 12, but it might be a little bit later than that.
Sure.
But make sure you've got your notifications turned on Bowls ACT, Facebook, YouTube Live Sports, Community Sports Broadcasting. Huxley Walls, thank you so much for joining us.
What a
this
job. How about a round of applause for Huxley, the coolest name in Bowls ACT, the newest commentator in the game, and did it with a plume. Very impressed.
Tony Scott, thank you so much, mate. We'll look forward to seeing you back here very shortly.
No worries, mate. Thank you. And we'll catch up with you for round 2 of the sectional play of the 2024 Greenline Invitation Singles very, very shortly. Don't go away. Let us know where you're from, who you're following, who's your tip to win it is not a bad idea. And we'll catch you all very soon.